like Hollow Knight is, I wouldn't necessarily qualify that as a furry game, but it has like anthropomorphic bug characters. But furries love Hollow Knight. They love Hollow Knight, maybe a bit too much. I will not elaborate.
Okay.
Yeah. Sophia and I have this in-joke where we quote the line from Secret of NIMH where what's his face, the wizard dude is like, "You," and he sticks his hand out like some sort of smiling friends character.
I know the one. I know the one actually. That's such a dope movie, bro. Like, I'm due for a rewatch. It's
still good. The animation.
It's funny how it's
incredible.
like I think it's the first like full length directed Don Bluth movie.
I believe so.
And it's like a hit, like immediately. It's just so captivating in every way. This dude started with a bang and then fizzled the fuck out. God, Land Before Time, one of my favorite movies ever. American Tail, one of my favorite movies ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got that sick ass poster.
Yeah, you saw it. The one I need to remember who I got it from because it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Secret of NIMH was first feature length.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then American Tail.
Good as shit. Please watch it. Jesus. This isn't the Rec Room. What are we talking about?
Jorge, it's way too early. Jorge, I have a favor to ask you.
Oh, what's that?
Could you tell our dear Izzy why you own a Ryu Hayabusa cardboard standee?
How I came home with a 5-foot Ryu Hayabusa Ninja Gaiden standee.
Near life size.
He's a bit of a short king, but you know,
yeah.
Exactly he's like a foot smaller than me, but yeah.
Short king, watch out for that hawk outside.
He's coming back with the same spot. It's weird.
It's so annoying. I go to the left of the screen, I go to the right of the screen. It respawns.
If you get too close, it'll Lazuna drop you. Yeah, me and Kyle several weeks ago now, we're in Rocket City Retro Fest. We were sharing a table together, selling some stuff, having fun. It was a 2-day event. Great times, good vibes. But the entire weekend, I had this Ryu Hayabusa standee looming over us.
You were transfixed.
There were a few booths down. So I'm kind of in my Ninja Gaiden phase right now, Izzy. Like, I started playing Ninja Gaiden Black, and I'm going to play 2 as soon as I'm finished with that, because I'm actually really liking this game. And I'm just, like, constantly looking over, like, the booths, like, a few booths below, and I'm like, wow, he is watching over us. He is protecting us. Because this vendor just had a wall full of standees.
Like,
he had the fucking...
He's like,
he had
the Raven clan is watching over us.
Oh, he had the Final Fantasy Crystal Portal ads. I don't know if you remember those, where they could switch out the middle. He had a Vector Man standee, which I also thought was so dope. A Die Hard Arcade, and then one of them was the Ryu Hayabusa. And like the entire weekend, I'm just looking at this thing, staring back at me. And then the final day, I'm like, Kyle, I want to go ask how much it is, because I'm just curious. And we thought it was going to be like well in the thousands, or at least like the hundreds, because the other standees range.
A lot of them
like
were like minimum 500.
Yeah, the cheapest one with the price tag on it was like 575. And I walk up to the booth and I'm like, I'm just kind of interested in that Ryu Hayabusa, the Ninja Gaiden standee. And I'm asking how much it is, and the lady's like, okay, let me ask the owner, because he's not in the booth at the time. And she calls him, and she's like, yeah, how much for that one? That one? 125. And she's like, yeah, 125. I'm like, wait, 125, period. She's like, yeah. And the guy on the other side of the booth, he's like, that's probably we don't want to come home with it price. And I'm like, and I guess they perceived that I reacted to that number. So the guy next to me starts, gushing about Ninja Gaiden 2, and we're both like, yeah, I just started it. And he's like, oh, I love those games. I love the Xbox exclusive stuff. And then he's like, by the way, we take trades for it. Do you got a booth? And I go, oh, yeah, I do. And he sees my vendor. He saw my vendor booth tag. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I do. And he's like, yeah, let's go. We can trade. And he goes to my table. At this point, I am no longer controlling my body. Like, I am moving on my own. And we go to my table, and he's just like, at first I thought, I don't have enough stuff to trade anyway, because I just brought a bunch of my own personal, like, dupes and stuff that I'm going to get rid of. Mm-hmm. The guy just starts grabbing shit out of my table, like the bulk that I haven't sold all weekend. And he's like, okay, you know, I think if I do 175 even, then yeah, we can do it. And I'm just like, is this happening? Is this really happening right now? He just grabbed a bunch of shit, and then he looks at me, he's like, shake on it. It's yours for this. I'll take it. And I'm like, holy crap. And I did. And I'm like, but I don't, like, we drove here. I don't really have like a truck. I don't know how to transport. He's like, it can fold up. We'll teach you how to fold it up. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm coming home with a fucking Ryu Hayabusa standee.
That's amazing.
And I fucking did, yes. And Kyle can tell you, like, part of me was like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, am I actually...
Yeah, I'm looking at him like, we've got to fit this in the car, right?
Number one, and then number two, where the fuck is that going to go in my home? I don't have a game room. I don't have, like...
Number three, most importantly of all, what are you going to tell your dear wife?
What is my wife going to do to me? What she probably would destroy... Oh my god, dude. So, anyway... Regardless of these like hang-ups, I am giddy as fuck the rest of the weekend. I'm just like giggling to myself like, Kyle, look at him, we got him. And oh my god, I was both a happy camper and also like, oh my god, am I gonna sleep outside tonight? But funny enough, we when we got home, Margot was very accepting of this stupid stand. She did say like, that's not going anywhere but your office. I'm like, okay, all right, I understand.
That's fair. I mean, I was gonna say the worst case is it could just live in the car, folded up in the passenger seat, and it could just be your HOV buddy.
Yeah.
You'll always be able to use those lanes.
When I need to cross the HOV, yeah. I need to get to downtown quick. Hop on,
officer. We do have a katana and a number of shuriken in the car, just so you're aware.
The ninja is a weapon.
Welcome to Brain Lords, Video Games of the Mind, a panel discussion between artists and the art they love. I'm your host, Kyle. I go by Cute Monster Props, and I'm an SFX artist for the video games industry. I work at Vulpin Props, making trophies for major esports tournaments, as well as life-size items, weapons, and characters, not Ryu Hayabusa, from your favorite video games. With me, as always, is my co-host, Jorge. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, I'm Jorge. I don't have my intro in front of me, so I'm sorry. I am a graphic designer, illustrator, currently at Fangamer. We work on really cool game merch and publishing. Right now, I'm going to plug something right now, actually, that we worked on. Me and my good friend John K. If you're listening to this, we just launched the Pinverse, new pin boards that look like a character select screen and a battlefield, like a legally distinct Smash Brothers stage.
Yeah. It's Crush Siblings.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say Crush Siblings. I was like ruminating on it.
It is a Crush Siblings pin board. But yeah,
now you
our
can
series
finally have one-shot girl fight Spampton.
I know, but that's the cool thing about Pinverse. It's neither Pinverse is not. We decided early on, the Pinverse characters, because a little bit of background, Pinverse is me and John's brainchild. This is our baby, and I'm still taking care of it now that after John has left. But yeah, we decided that this isn't like, they're not fighting, they're friends, but they should have action poses, so that if someone wants to pretend they're fighting, then that's fine too. So yeah, if you have any Pinverse in your collection, if you don't, you should check it out. Please get these pin boards. It'll match your characters perfectly, beautifully. You can look at them on the wall and go, wow, I wish those characters were in Smash Brothers. And they're not, because they're not that cool. I mean, the game is not that... Smash Bros. Ultimate is not that cool, because fuck it. No, I'm kidding. I love Ultimate. Anyway, yes, we have a guest today, and a returning guest, actually.
Yes, she's a programmer by day and a happy home designer by night. She'll happily beat you in everything from Melty Blood to Wingspan. She's a dog or maybe a bird. Either way, she's blue and has goggles. Oceanity, aka Isabel the dog from Animal Crossing, aka the bird keeper of Oceanity's Roost, aka the ultimate chicken horse, aka a prolific streamer, illustrator, animator, musician, programmer, and a dear friend of mine for over 25 years.
Wow.
God, it has been that long, hasn't it? That's crazy.
I did the math. Was it like 4th grade we met in?
It wasn't 4th grade. It was closer to 6th because I was still in North Carolina up until 5th.
Okay, it was like early middle school though, so I want to say it's like rounding
right.
up to 25 years. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
Long time.
Oh yeah. But
welcome back.
yes, you welcome back.
Last time we saw Izzy was the Paper Mario episode.
Yeah. I made some controversial statements about lackluster.
like a Lester.
You know what's funny is I was watching a speedrun the other day and they're like, now Lackalester, he's the best character. I mean, in battle he's worthless, but he's the best character.
That's
He gets you over spikes. The end.
Yeah, no, I mean he moves you faster. Ergo, he's the most important character in the speedrun. So there you go. He has a purpose. But beyond that, no, he's kind of a loser.
Oh damn! We're back. We're back.
Hey, the only character with a girlfriend in the series that. Oh, actually, no, that's not true.
Oh.
No, Cooper does too. I'm pretty sure. Also, I might be completely wrong about that.
No, in 1000-Year Door. Right? Yeah.
That Coops has a girlfriend canonically.
Okay.
He is canonically straight.
How are we? That doesn't confirm anything, right? How are we talking about Paper Mario again? This is not a Paper Mario.
Easily.
I guess that can just happen, yeah.
Well, why don't we go straight into today's topic rather than talking about Paper Mario, because we already did that one. Today's topic is... Furry games are for everyone. That's right, I won.
It's official. Yeah.
Personifying humans with animal traits is easily one of our oldest storytelling traditions, and this quality extends to the noble furry. Whether it be the 90s era mascot platformers or the modern indie boom of movement games with thick player characters, we have fully gone from games played by furries to games made by furries. This week on Brainlords, we examine why games use these humanimals and what they add that us Homo sapiens can't.
Oh, I'm kind of mad that I came up with this title because I didn't want it to be a pun, and then Izzy was like, "Fur everyone."
I threw it out there and it stuck.
And then I was like, "It's going in."
No, we're doing it. It's too late now. You presented to me bullshit.
Oh boy,
there's a weird connection between puns and the furry fandom, so I think it kind of works. Sure. There's so many furs instead of fours in various names.
You heard it here.
The expert on the panel.
I was actually going to say, like, I was kind of thinking of leading with that I'm not an expert because it's one of those things where I worry, like, you know, when you're part of a big fandom or like, you know, a community like, you know, being trans, whatever, like, it's always a problem where, like, if you're the guest, people are like, oh, well, everything you say thereby reflects on the rest of the crowd.
Yeah, you're a monolith, and you represent everything that could ever be said, and any opinions that you share about saucy body pillows with mouse pad attachments are canonically and categorically the correct ones.
All right, well, let's put a stop to that then, because I know what that feels like. In other ways, I know how that feels like, so yeah.
And like, I usually don't, and like, you know, I don't really worry, but you know, it's one of those things where it will always happen with at least a few people. So it's nice to just get ahead of it and be like, okay, look, if you find something you don't like about this, it's me and you. We're the ones dealing with it.
All right, good to know. Well then, let's hop to it.
Yeah, that's a furry pun.
Is it?
Rabbits do that.
They do be hopping.
Like if you're a rabbit or a bunny furry?
I guess so.
Like
I mean, most animals can hop if forced to.
Okay.
Anyways.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're talking about furry games. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but there's a lot of anthropomorphic characters in video games. And I wonder a lot about, I spend often in my lonesome thinking to myself about furries. I think about how often there are like anthropomorphic characters, and in a lot of video games, it seems to be the case that like they're furry games or like certified hood furry classics, but like I don't know if they were necessarily made with the intention of being furry games. So some games are adopted, some games are made by furries for furries, but either way, we have a long history in the games industry of animal characters being used as ways to sell products. So we're going to talk about this episode.
Okay.
So why don't we hop straight into our first talking point, which is, what is a furry game anyways?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I don't know.
So the reason I bring it up, and Jorge, you took like a very, very small amount of umbrage with like, do we really want to say furry game? But
I did,
instead of maybe a more like analytical, like anthropomorphic design in games.
I'll elaborate, yes, because I want this episode to be more than just like normies talk about furries again, because there's so much of that already. And
this dime a dozen. It's boring.
And it's fucking cringe at this point. Yeah, because it's like these are people like you and me, and they are everywhere now. So fucking deal with it. Like, stop treating it like a weird thing. So I want us to avoid that like othering. But I guess like with the question, we're at it, and you elaborated pretty well on the intro of the episode. We're trying to get at the bottom, or not get to the bottom, because like life is always a mystery. But we want to analyze, why is it such a distinct quality of a game to have characters that are anthropomorphic? What does that like is that in service of the video game? Is that in service of the narrative? Like, these kind of things are what we want to focus on.
Yeah, is it doing anything with the fact that they're animals?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I bring up furry games specifically is I feel like that like it is an active tag. It's a means of like talking about a lot of games that come up nowadays. You know, like you'll see a new indie game and like it pops up on some video of like a streamer or whatever, and everyone's like, "Bro, is that a furry game?" So that's kind of how we're categorizing them. I think it's interesting too, because if you look up the like, there's like a Steam tag that's like furry/anthropomorphic. And I think it is extremely general, because if you look at top sellers, it's like Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring.
What?
And I'm like,
Really?
I guess, well, because in Elden Ring, there is like a guy a guy that people probably think is quite handsome that has a wolf for a head. His name is Blythe. He's kind of a himbo. So Elden Ring.
Oh, Elden Ring has a wolf man?
Yeah, it has a wolf man who's kind of a guts.
Wolf man that's kind of a guts.
Yeah. I'll post a picture of him.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like, okay, in a feature of Baldur's Gate is being able to turn into an animal, but I would not call that a furry game.
This being said, that was the class that I absolutely picked when I played that game. So
Druid. Oh yeah, no, because you can do everything.
I am part of the statistic on that one.
Yeah.
See, like, Dispatch is on this list, which, like, I have not played that yet. I'm sure. Oh, you know what? It's the bat wearing the suit.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Some of these make sense.
That's Blythe, by the way.
Okay, so I'm going to describe this to the listener.
Please.
This is a very fucking rad wolf man.
Oh, his armor rules.
He looks insanely cool. This is what I would picture like. You remember the Lego Wolfpack series? The subcategory for Castle had like the Wolfpack, which were like dudes that like had a wolf in the shield. This is who I imagine they are worshiping.
Oh yeah, that's where I got. Okay, that's what that shield was.
Yeah, this is what I imagine they worship. They're like, this is what I want to become. It's a really nerdy.
I think I missed out. I don't think I remember.
Yeah, okay. That's the modern one, but yeah, that's their. I guess their insignia, their crest is a silver wolf with a red shield lining.
So here, I'm going to go to top sellers on Steam and just read them out, and like let's just go down the list and let's quantify, like, is this a furry game? Top sellers, we got Baldur's Gate 3. No. I get it. It's got like demons and stuff and half humans and all that, but like, no, dog.
Okay.
Elden Ring has
lukewarm defense of Baldur's Gate. It is a game for everyone.
Yes.
I think.
And like, it is definitely a game that was played a lot by furries, but also like it's a popular game, so that's not really saying.
Yeah, that's not saying anything. That's like saying like, oh well, like hot dogs are a furry meal because furries eat hot dogs all the time.
Oh God, I eat hot dogs.
I mean, you might be a furry. See, they love puns, you see. We have Elden Ring, which has some anthropomorphic characters. Elder Scrolls Online, it's got Khajiit, I guess. Final Fantasy 14 has cat people, I guess.
14's got some.
And after 14's another one where it's like, I know a lot of furries that play it. And I think with the...
But again, that's because it's Final Fantasy 14, and I can't get my friends to stop playing it.
It's honorary. You can get bunny ears and cat ears.
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley being the next one is very funny to me because there is an anthro mod for that is very popular.
I'm wondering only. Why. It changes the characters so their portraits would be furry.
Yeah.
Oh, I see one here that I see one here that makes a lot of sense. Cult of the Lamb. That's a furry.
So it's got your cute mascot animal characters.
But I feel like that one, it's super anthro. This would be a furry game. And
that's quite a bit down on the list till we actually get to like an anthropomorphic character game.
I am surprised, with the tag that there aren't more higher up, but like I don't really know how that sorts it. So like,
these are just these are just bestsellers. So like it's no, you got to go to the adult tag for that. And they're not shy about.
Okay, I had to scroll down quite a bit to find like. Because these are just bestsellers in general. Like everyone's playing these games.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem. Like it's just games that have that tag that are ranked by selling, but obviously these games are bought by people outside as well, so it's not the best metric for like. Vampire Reborn though, that one is 100%.
So here's a curator's pick of just like I don't know if this is like aggregated from like several curators or what, but we've got like Gator game, which has a lot of anthropomorphic characters, Ori, which is about playing an animal, but I think Ori's design is very furry-esque, shall we say. Rivals of Aether,
Rivals of Aether 100%.
Dust and Elysian Tale, certified furry classic. Night in the Woods, which is interesting because like that one's very much just like Scott Benson's style, but like furries love that one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it for a good reason. Yeah, the characters are very anthropomorphic.
But yeah, I guess I just find it interesting that like this is a category you can like prescribe to these games. Kind of I know it when I see it. I mean, that's I guess generally how all genres work, but this definitely is like I think there is a threshold where like does it just have to have like that style of animal character in it, or like is there something more to it than that?
Yeah, it's funny because like I'm trying to think of like examples, but like I can think of other games where like the furry fandom at large attached themselves to it really strongly when they didn't even have like anthropomorphic characters. Like I mean stuff like Baldur's Gate, but even like I can't think what it was, but there are other examples where it's like there aren't even animals, but like furries just seem to by and large enjoy the games a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, like, why do you just like the Death Claws? Why do you keep playing Fallout New Vegas? I don't understand.
I see a game here. I think you mentioned this one is the Rivals of Aether.
Yes.
I think it's funny because like I know for a fact that game was made, and then the designers didn't really have like furries in mind when they made it.
That surprises me.
Well, the thing is, one of the artists they got to do when they did a big update and they got all the new characters in, the artist they got was a really good furry artist. I think that kind of like propelled it into those spaces even further. So it's kind of an internal joke with them where it's like we didn't really mean for this, it just happened that way. And
I think also like I'm getting into a linguistic trap where furry game is simultaneously referring to games what got animals that look like humans, and also games that the furry scene just generally likes, which are not necessarily the same thing.
No, not really.
Yeah, I will say furry typically refers more to the group than to as like an adjective. Well, I mean, it kind of is both actually. I can't even say it's not, but like, it's like the furry fandom, and then like you have anthro characters, but then there are characters that are like definitely furry characters.
Yeah.
It is a hard like thing to kind of linguistically use rightly, I guess.
To go back to Kyle's question, like what really does qualify one or the other? If not, in my opinion, the art style might have a lot to do with it. Like how the characters are represented does matter quite a bit in attracting people to a game like that. And then sometimes, I guess, because it's unintentional, in cases like that, it just happens to be that way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's funny.
and I
Like,
think that's actually. Oh, like you go.
like Hollow Knight is, I wouldn't necessarily qualify that as a furry game, but it has like anthropomorphic bug characters. But furries love Hollow Knight. They love Hollow Knight, maybe a bit too much. I will not elaborate.
Okay.
But no, I mean, like, you know, it's funny because like is it just because it's got anthropomorphic bugs? Like, I think a lot of the furry community has like a higher degree of like artists, and so, you know, having those cute bug characters like is just appealing, generally speaking. So
yeah,
I think there is
just more
just
to do with the visual appeal.
yeah,
of it.
it's a lot of crossover of like of a visual style, of an appeal of just like, I think in a scene like that, it's just you, like, everyone's excited to pick up the new hot thing, you know, and then be, you know, participate in that thing, and then like regardless of whether or not it fits like the furry house style, as it were, once it becomes the hotness, like the crowd's gonna adopt onto it regardless of how like aesthetically furry it is or isn't.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, there's plenty of games that are good regardless of what they look like. So I don't think this is I don't think this determines or is an indicator of quality so much as like who the artists are involved, or who, like, the kind of person that makes a game like this. It might be indicative of that more than anything, but not of like the quality of the game, because there's still people who will play these games like no matter what, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, and of course there's also going to be some who are just like, oh, not another furry game, but you know, like that's its own can of worms.
It is the funniest thing to see people be like, because I was like trying to do research for this, and I saw this guy talking about like his favorite indie games, and he's like, bro, like the furries are cooking right now, and every time I play one, they're like, oh no, you're a furry dog, and it's like,
it's kind of,
who cares?
Yeah, I guess it does get annoying after a while. That normie like knee-jerk reaction.
And you know, it comes from like misconceptions that have been around since like the early internet, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, we're still getting past a lot of the less than savory means of like discriminating people. That's something awful.
Yeah, something awful is definitely a big one.
God, for ages now.
Which again, I think that's like, it's just because it is a tight-knit community that tends to have like a high degree of overlap with the trans community, the LTG, or like the LGBT community writ large, and lots of other groups and interests and quirks and things like that. It just, you know, at least in terms of bringing up the whole something awful thing, it became kind of a way to bully gay people without actually saying you were doing that.
Literally, yes, 100%.
And we're still feeling the
all
effects.
they want to do is play Atlyss in peace and mess with the sliders.
I actually do want to play that one.
Going kind of on the opposite point, like you said, like with Rivals of Aether, it wasn't originally intended, and like, you know, I don't know if this is jumping to the point too early, but like a lot of early mascot characters, like, you know, Sonic, or like, you know,
oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of others off the top of my head.
Why I have a list, but why don't actually we go to our next topic? Perfect segue.
It's a good segue.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is, why were there so many 90s platformer furry games? And yeah, I have a list if you're interested. Sonic, Bubsy.
I can name some of them.
Okay, I mean, do you want me to read mine, or you want to just try and...
You have a list. I want to impress
Jorge,
you.
go for it. And
okay.
Yeah.
I did the easy ones. I said Sonic, Bubsy.
If I forget any, let me know. But we got
how about this? Hold on. My list has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 and a half, 13, 14. Yeah. Mine has 14. Let's see how many of those you can get.
See how many I can do.
Emily Feud music starts playing. Steve Harvey. Survey said
Bubsy. Bubsy and Sonic. I cheated there a little bit.
Yeah.
Star Fox.
Ooh,
Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel. Wait, you forgot Star Fox?
Star Fox?
Platformers. I put all of mine are platformers.
For platformers. Okay, Zero.
But
the Kamikaze Squirrel.
Star Fox is important on that list. So yeah, Star.
Oh, you remember
Fox?
We got shit.
Oh, I remember that game.
No, wait. Did I lose it this early? No fucking way, dude.
You got Sonic, Bubsy, Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel.
Yeah. I was so proud of remembering him, and now I'm like, is that all I have?
You use all of your brain power to scrape right at the bottom of the barrel, and then you pulled your shoulder.
It's funny because you mentioning that one reminded me that Arrow the Acrobat exists, even though
Arrow
I kind
the
of
Acrobat.
Ding, ding.
Fuck that guy, by the way. I hate those games. Shit, Cool Spot is not a furry.
No, he's
Damn
not.
it. But he's a platform.
honorary,
mascot.
maybe.
Wait, Cal, just give me one at a time then. Yeah. Let's make this fun.
All right. Gex.
I was gonna say
Gex.
You
Gex.
can't mention
All
Bubsy
right.
without Gex. They're girlfriends.
Okay, so is Gex a scaly?
That technically counts. I know, like, it's kind of a
Okay.
joke within the furry fandom that there's differences, but yeah, no, it's all furry.
Okay, fine.
The different factions of like the RTS, you know.
Give me another.
Awesome Possum.
Awesome.
I don't remember that
Possum! Fuck that guy
I'm gonna have
too.
to Google
bro.
this.
Get beef with these.
hate all-
Rocky Rodent.
Rocky
know
Road.
this one.
That's the one
Nobody.
with the hair and on the SNES.
Yeah, I know who Rocky Rodent is. It's just that, like, holy shit, I forgot.
How did I not remember it?
Titus the Fox.
That one I do
I know
remember.
him. Yes.
Went on to be the
and
face
the-
of
and
that.
the-
company.
Excuse me. Titus the Fox.
So what did the cat from what is it called? Rocking Cats on NES? Did that character have a name?
Rockin'
I'm
Cats. I
getting
didn't get
hit
that
with
one.
so many that
Rockin',
yeah.
look it up. Rockin' Cats with like the K-I-N.
Oh, with an
apostrophe.
N apostrophe.
That's a furry game.
Oh
And-
man,
and
that
it's
is a
like-
that is a legally
Wow.
distinct Tom and Jerry.
But it's cool. It's a good game.
I'm gonna
Published
have
by
to look
Atlyss.
into some of these afterwards.
It's
'cause,
produced by
I really like
Atlyss.
it. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Oh, developed too. Yeah.
You got a
Early
little
Atlas
punch
game on the
club
NES.
thing.
It's a decent game, honestly. It sleeper hit in the NES.
Okay, let me just keep reading. Battletoads, I
Sorry.
think technically counts.
Really?
Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Punky
Okay,
Skunk,
Sure.
Jersey Devil was
Oh.
my 0.5.
Wait, you counted
Croc-
Jersey Devil? I was gonna say Jersey Devil, but I didn't know that was a furry.
That's why I said 12.5.
12.5.
Fine.
Yeah, Croc, Legend of the Gobos,
All right, Croc, yeah,
and
Croc is a
Socks
deal.
the Cat.
Who? Okay, you got me with that one. I don't know who that is.
Oh my god, I need someone in this chat to describe this picture of the most gaming in the Clinton years ass
I was
Super
gonna say.
Nintendo.
Is this a real cover?
This
Yeah.
cannot be
Is
real.
This is not real, Kyle. You're fucking with me right now. Socks the
this a-
cat. Kyle, did you fall for something?
No, there's a long play.
Socks the cat,
This
Off
is a
the
real
hill.
game.
This is a canceled game.
Oh, but someone got like an unreleased.
Okay.
ROM.
This is real. It's just a canceled game. Okay.
I think that still counts because like oftentimes they would get promotion material. Like I mean, Cheetahman 2, furry game, didn't get released.
Oh, how do we not count the cheat?
That wasn't even the one I was gonna mention. So I was gonna say
Good.
one of the games that I definitely would. I wouldn't say. It's hard to say Furry Awakening because like back in the 90s there was so much. It's like asking what pellets of a buckshot hit you if like
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna name them individually. Also, so we got a little sidetracked here. Please, can someone describe Socks the Cat Rocks the Hill?
okay.
What?
I
Please, for the listener at home, dear listener.
questioning the authenticity of this, but I will describe this to you. It looks like what I believe is Bill Clinton himself.
it is
on
because
a-
look at the log play thumbnail. That's Nixon.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh god,
What's
yeah. There's
happening?
Nixon is in this game too. Playing a saxophone, and from the saxophone emerges a cat, a black and white tuxedo cat, who is like not wearing sunglasses but holding them in his left hand.
In
and
a
then
way
Riley-
that nobody holds sunglasses.
Yeah, like and then
Wait,
kind of
wait.
like not really looking at you, but rather the side because he doesn't have time for you. He's too cool for that. The background looks like a very shitty crop of the American flag. The logo is, as a graphic designer, the logo is offending me to no end. There's the S, the O, and
There's
the
three
C are,
fonts.
they're like painfully squeezing each other, and I fucking hate it.
The first
those
S
letters are
barely
in-
registers as an S to me for some reason. Like
And then
something about the
again,
kerning.
the further pissed me off as a graphic designer, a completely different typeface is used for the subtitle called Rock the Hill, which looks like a sitcom title. And that's all I got, man.
It looks like the font on like a Tex-Mex restaurant.
It does.
Yeah, like a shitty like a shitty restaurant chain that's gonna go under in 5 years. Oh my god.
But yeah, so what I was gonna say, the title that didn't get mentioned, I'm surprised. Sparkster/Rocket Knight. That one.
Oh, Rocket Knight. Okay, yeah, that counts.
Knight.
That was a game I played a lot.
I feel ashamed because that is my favorite Genesis game that I did not mention. Yeah, Rocket Knight is my favorite Genesis game. It's so good.
So this is all to ask, why are they so dang many of these things?
It's like most of them probably were, cynical, like toy deals or just having that like recognizable like branding. But the fact that like so many would go on to like garner such love from the furry community is like, it's very interesting. And like, not all did. Like obviously, I'm sure there's probably some Socks the Cat fan art, but like, not a beloved character by any means. It's like, some caught on way better than others. And like, and it's interesting because like, it's hard to say like really what the difference is with some versus others. Like, I don't even think Bubsy was really that big until 4D got announced.
Bubsy became kind of like, ironically, a furry character.
Mm-hmm. But that was like legit. Everyone loves him now that 4D is a thing.
I guess Bubsy had a period of like, okay, so to answer the question itself, I agree with Izzy. This was just a marketing thing. And specifically like Japanese games market it to the Americas. Like,
yeah. I am willing to blame this on two problem individuals. Sonic the Hedgehog and
the Hedgehog.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I think basically all of these are just trying to be one of those two. Is just, you're right, like a cynical cash grab. A very easy way of like creating a mascotable, marketable, toyetic character.
Sure. And I think there probably are cases of like a genuine interest in pursuing that art style too. Because I look at games like Rockin' Cats and I'm like, you don't make something look this cool if you don't give a shit. So I feel like some people were in it for, we say that like maybe not as many games back then were made by furries, but I feel like they probably were. They just maybe didn't know that about themselves or like weren't really out about that kind of thing. Like
I'm pretty sure there was a lot that whoever made Arrow the Acrobat did not know about themselves.
Yeah, it's so like I'll even say to that, like, so I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure Conference, the first ever like real legit furry convention was 1989, and obviously there were games, cartoons, and whatever prior to that. So like there is definitely a case to be made that there probably were furries that were making games that didn't have a word to put it to, like it just the terminology wasn't there. They just had a like for something.
Drawing animal characters because guess what? It's really easy to do character design when you put animal features on them. And I think that's like the least cynical way of looking at this is like, especially when you're making something that is meant to be targeted like more towards kids. These furry characters are just the easiest thing for like they're recognizable for kids. They are like very easy to attach video game verbs to because cats can jump and claw and do cat things, and then dogs can, want to get bones and steaks and chase male. Like it's all very like
with rabbits, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What are all these stereotypes? What do you have against dogs?
Listen, dogs just like they like those big cartoon bones.
You see one dog chew a bone, you think they all want bone?
It's true. It's true. My boss will bring his dog in, a corgi, and he gives him these like cow tracheas. That's just like dried out tube of cartilage.
I've seen that
as a chew toy. Yeah. And we could tell that the dog did not like it that much, but because it was like his thing to chew on, he became like really defensive of it. So he would just kind of like sit there barely gumming at it. And then when you went close, he'd be like looking at you, kind of leering his like fangs. This like fat corgi. Anyways, I am rambling, but yeah, animal characters are really easy to like design, especially when you're trying to be appealing to kids. So I think like it's not that malicious. I think it's just straightforward.
No, I think it is too. I don't think there's ever any like hidden agenda for characters like this. I think it's more about, like you said, the design aesthetic, how you can gamify the aspects of an animal into like a playable experience.
Well, and like when we go back to Rivals of Aether, like it probably felt right having those characters drawn that way because it just looked kind of like a large portion of the Smash Brothers characters, which is what they were going for.
It is true. I will say, like, going to the back to the stereotype thing, it is kind of funny when like one of the notable examples is Sonic. It's like, yeah, hedgehogs don't really move.
No, they don't move at all. They don't run that fast. They're not blue either.
Damn.
Not that we know of. I mean, maybe
they should not eat dog. Oh, maybe there's like rare blue hedgehogs out there somewhere.
I did go to a wedding once at a zoo, and the bride really loved Sonic, so they brought out a hedgehog, and it was too shy. It didn't come out.
Oh,
because you're on their time. Yeah,
so there you go.
But everyone did crowd around the cage and and was like, "It's just like Sonic the Hedgehog."
No, it isn't. I do love when people draw Sonic the Hedgehog as an actual hedgehog, and artists I know, and you met them, Kyle, at Sonic Expo, a mutual of mine called Sen.
Yeah.
They draw like the little Sonic and Shadow, but like as actual hedgehogs, and it's adorable.
I think I have seen this art.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it is also like, is it just a product of the time, or is there any reason these games are explicitly like almost exclusively platformers?
I think platformers were also just kind of easy to like. That was the easy to make as well. So like, you could say that it was kind of a cynical thing there as well, because like something like Pokemon, you have to do so many designs. With a platformer, it's just you make one character what can jump and stomp on things.
Yeah.
So you saw a lot of those back on like the first few platforms, SNES, NES, Genesis, etc.
Yeah. And also, I feel like it is kind of to be a little more cynical. There was a bit of a chasing trends with first Mario and then Sonic, and that just being like the standard of games for a while, at least for the trend of the 90s, was to make a 2D platformer with a character that's like iconic, or at least trying to be iconic. Whereas now we see like different trends of games. That was it at the time. And so a lot of that emerged from that era because of it.
Functionally, like mascot wise, Mario is just a furry. It's just an Italian instead of like a rabbit or like a squirrel or something.
Well, he does transform into a raccoon.
He is a raccoon.
Yeah,
he's got persona in that game.
He turns into a dinosaur. And he turns into an elephant now. He rides a dinosaur. He's furry coated. To be honest,
you're right. Wahoo!
And a cat in 3D World, and
dang, actually, okay, this is like Mario.
Yeah,
you want to tell us about yourself? Yeah.
But again, I think it demonstrates what you were saying earlier, where it's like, no, like these are power-ups that allow you to traverse the world in a different way, and it makes it fun.
And also, like, think about all of these power-ups. Like, they all make a lot of sense. I mean, maybe the raccoon one culturally you have to explain a little bit on, but like the cat one, if you've never played a game like that before, if you're a literal child and you pick up a cat thing, Mario moves like a cat. He jumps and pounces. He scratches up walls. Like, he does a little slash attack. It just makes a lot of sense. So when you don't, there's so much information you don't have to convey when you just slap an animal on that bad boy.
But like, in defense of the Tanuki suit and the Tanuki tail, back then we didn't really question that. We're like, oh yeah, raccoon. That's
statue. Why not? I mean, that makes sense.
He just turns into a monk. I don't know.
Yeah, we just thought it was cool and weird. Like, we didn't really question it.
I'm trying to think of any examples that like weren't.
I mean, Star Fox was not a platformer, if that's what you're looking
for. Star Fox is a good example.
Yeah. There's a like Japan exclusive RPG that's kind of an adventure game where you're going into like a 1920s era like town and you're like furry characters.
What are you talking about? I need to know.
I'm not imagining this. Japan only furry SNES. Let's see. Come on. Search functions still work on the internet sometimes.
Give us the furry. Let's go.
I'll pull this up later. I'll shout it in the middle of the
episode.
Fine.
If you find it, sure. but I am trying to think of other examples, and like I would say that it wasn't until like the 3D era where we're still seeing some of like the platforming mascot stuff, but it elevates itself a little bit. Like I think of like, I've never played Sly Cooper, but those games look really cool, and I feel like those are probably like a furry awakening kind of game.
Oh, yeah. Definitely were. I still need to play those. That was one of the things I missed out on not having a PlayStation 2. Am I the only one who's
played the Sly Cooper? They're good games.
In this room, apparently, yeah.
It's on my list of games I should go back to at some point, but I'm too busy to like ever do it.
Mm-hmm. But or like Ratchet and Clank, not even that one's more of a shoot 'em up, and that uses like an
it's a platformer.
Well, sure, but it's more combat heavy, more focused on like yeah.
Sorry. I was close. It's called Ihatovo Monogatari. It is an adventure game, and there are talking animals in it.
Okay,
that's cool though. Yeah, so they're like NPCs.
Yeah, you go into a town, and you help them out.
I know a furry game that's an RPG.
Yeah,
Breath of Fire.
Oh, I was thinking of Breath of Fire.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Also,
and 3 and 4.
Doesn't Seiken Densetsu have some?
I was also thinking about Seiken Densetsu 3 as the Beastman.
It does.
That was definitely one of those games that like I played and I was like, man, I only want to play as this Beastman for some reason.
Let's go. Seiken Densetsu 3.
Yeah, or Trials of Mana as it's been called since they got
that's right. Out. It got Earthbound Beginnings.
Yeah, which I still need to play through the 3D one. Like it's like some of the stuff seems a little weirder than the original, but like I didn't really give it much of a chance. I needed to just like play it through. Also, this cover art, I just now saw it that you linked, is crazy.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, it's a cool looking game.
It's very Art Deco with like to describe to the listener. It's Art Deco, very minimalist. There's a steam engine in the back and an elephant behind it. It's really cool.
A train about to run over a cellist.
Yeah, this cello player is standing in the middle of the tracks, but I guess it's implied that they're like superimposed over each other. I don't think they're occupying that space.
It does look like it's about to run him over.
Yeah, I guess like the furry RPG takes a whole lot more effort in terms of like design ethos and world building, and is probably like needs to be led more like heavily by a single artist or something to like or it's just like a faction in a game. I think that's where it tends to pop up the most, is like you'll play the strategy RPG and like there's the Beastmen, you got your unicorn overlords, and then there's just a furry faction.
But like why would you call it that? The Unicorn Overlord, like even though Unicorn Overlord, like you meet the beast tribes way later in the game, they're like top-notch designs. They're very respectful.
No, it's Vanillaware at their best, and because like they're it's have you played this game, Izzy?
Which one?
Unicorn
Overlord. Unicorns. Oh, I heard about this. No, I haven't yet. Yeah. I need to.
Yeah, well, like, so one of the factions that you fight, they're all werewolves, basically, and they do a good job of, like, the human form and their class dictates the kind of animal that they turn into, and it all is very contiguous, and they're all very horny. This is a Vanillaware game. I am saying nothing of interest or uniqueness here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
they're cool, though. I did like how they designed them. They're very... They also play, again, they bring in like unique features. Oh, there's the owl lady. She's great.
Yeah, so there's like owl lady is like the sage, but then you've got the berserker that's got like a Scottish outfit, and it's like a wolf.
Yeah. And then the thing is, like, they introduce these characters so late, and yet they're very like unique class types. And I'm like, this would have been really fun to play with like early in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know why they took this long, because like they're all of them. Oh yeah, like they also have like bonuses if there's like if it's nighttime, because the Bestrels have like the moonlight as their power, like that kind of stuff. They introduce, they add a whole new level of mechanics to the game. Again, going back to the point of like, why game designers choose to have anthropomorphic characters in their games. I think there is like a game aspect to it, and it's used really well.
Yeah, if anything, there's like kind of an untapped potential that we have here, that like you can avoid having to say so much like world design, like character setup, by just making them into an animal. Like there's already a ton of like universal like transcultural like aesthetics that just like, yeah, when I see this bear warrior, I can immediately tell you like all sorts of things of like what this kind of character would be like, how they'd act, just based on the fact that they're a bear, and it makes sense. So like it seems like such an obvious shorthand that like, okay, slam dunk character design, like there you go. It's not even like lazy or anything. It's just how
really
language works.
And something I like that Unicorn Overlord does, and something I hope I want more games to do, is to kind of place these characters in a world, and then like I want the world to react to them. Like the fact that they're Bestrels does play into the story. They live in the northern countries because no one else wants to live there. So they were exiled from their homelands, and it's a touchy story because it goes into like the othering of like a creature that is not human, because that's logically what would happen in a world that were like a different people would coexist. Like there would be conflict, there would be prejudice, and I like when stories do that. Like so for the most part, I think it's good to have like the fantasy and just not have to explain the fact that they are what they are. But I do appreciate when authors put thought into like, well, some people would be shitty towards the Bestrels, and that's touched upon. So I appreciate it.
Well, that's a perfect segue into my next talking point. But first, why don't we take a quick break with a segment I call Game Ratings. I'll present a category like fighting game finishing moves, play it loud Game Boy Colors, games you'd rent at a Blockbuster, and we're going to come up with something underrated, overrated, and accurately rated. Today's topic is Furry Awakening Characters, Video Game Edition.
Wow. I have a lot of thoughts, but not enough thoughts about this.
I'm gonna have to off the bat just say overrated Sonic, just because it's the most overplayed one. I still think it's good. The thing is, too, though, I will say the games were not what awakened me on Sonic. I will say, though, the shows, especially the one, Sonic Sat AM, Sonic the Hedgehog, the darker one, that did a lot for me growing up.
That did a lot for everyone, I think. No, that's the one with where they're like rebels and
yes.
Mobius is a lot more scary.
It's the one where they are rebels, but they hadn't started the band with the two other hedgehogs yet.
No, that's not Sonic Underground. I don't want to talk about Sonic Underground.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, and then there was Sonic Sat AM, which also good in its own right, but different. Not as much of a Furry Awakening, but still good.
Any furry in the 90s had that show on tap. Like that was their shit. I do remember this distinctly.
Okay,
but that's your overrated, really?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's overrated because it's excruciatingly popular. But like Sonic in particular, why is he overrated?
Yeah,
I mean, what? It's no longer special when someone tells me Rouge the Bat is sexy. You know what I mean? I guess maybe I understand it in that respect.
That's kind of where I'm coming from too. It's just like it's such a popular thing.
Yeah, it's like even people who aren't furries think she's hot. Like whatever.
You want to hear my spiciest take on Rouge the Bat?
Sure.
Everything that people like about like Shadow the Hedgehog being like the counter to Sonic, no. Rouge the Bat is just the girl Sonic. It's just girl Sonic. Because she's sassy and she's like always got an attitude. It's just girl Sonic.
You think she's more fitting of a counterpart?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And that's why she's the best character, and I am personally offended that she would say that she is overrated.
It's because everyone has a boner for her. Like, we get it. Okay.
What if Sonic was a girl and hot and mean?
And had boobs.
That ticks off all the boxes, honestly.
Yeah. I'm always wondering that.
I love her design. Don't get me wrong. I love her design. And she looks like a blasted draw. Like, so I know why people do it. So it's just that it's one of those like, this is no longer a furry awakening. Like the normies took control of this. So like,
he was a 5-star gotcha pool character before those existed. Like honestly,
God. Well, here I will counter with my overrated Furry Awakening video game characters. And honestly, I couldn't boil this to just one character in the series, so I'm just gonna say literally every Five Nights at Freddy's character.
Yeah, that's actually a good pick.
Like, it's easy to hate on it, but like, y'all, for a community that is so aggressively like pro rights, we're all aware that like the creator is the biggest piece of shit, and like we're still all going to see these movies and giving him money. Like, this is just Rowling Part 2. Come on, y'all, hop off this train. These character designs are not that good.
Oh, damn.
Screwing so hard right now. I am 100% behind this. It'll definitely get some comments, but you know, I 100% agree.
Damn. Well, we lost every single FNAF fan.
I'm sorry that you just like legally distinct Chuck E. Cheese characters.
I watched the movie for the first time recently, and y'all, I had no idea. I had no idea what places this series goes to. I just thought it was going to be creepy animatronic, the movie.
It's there's so like little they'd have to do to make it a functional movie, and yet they're like, no, we need to tease stuff for like the terminally online children.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
I'm just saying, it's they're canceled. You can't find them hot, folks.
Gravity Falls did the animatronics thing better, anyways. To be honest, so.
Exactly.
All right. Oh,
no,
yeah.
I am. I feel like that's not that hot of a take, frankly. Jorge, what is your overrated?
My overrated pick is also not that hot of a take. I didn't want to just like easy mode this shit and say every Animal Crossing character, but like, I am kind of like over Crystal the Fox.
I didn't put that one down because I felt like someone was gonna put her.
It was me.
Yeah,
it sucks because like if Crystal was in more things, I would agree. But like I feel like she's got a great design, and she just was put in the worst Star Fox.
She is kind of the Poochie of Star Fox. Yeah. That's the problem.
Excellent design. Yeah. I understand. Star Fox Adventures is a kind of an overhated game. I learned this term recently. Kyle.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that actually.
Star Fox Adventures is a bit hated too much for no reason other than Prince Tricky is annoying the end. And Crystal, like, I do love her design, and I love that she becomes part of the canon and like joins the actual team once Sergeant Pepper gets too old and Peppy takes over, and then Crystal comes in. But the thing is that like I guess this is aging me a little bit. She was for the longest time I'm not a furry, but I would do her. And like, I just got so fucking tired of that. And I'm like,
how can you say something so controversial yet so brave?
And yet so brave. Like that was my reaction every time. Like, okay, no surprises here, folks. You're just like a weirdo. I don't even want to talk about this anymore.
I was just gonna say the number of people who did the I'm not a furry, but who would later be furries. Which, like, I'm guilty of that too, to be honest. Like,
maybe those people who were telling me that back then are now furries, and good for them. Sure, good for them. But like, you didn't have to be weird about it back then. Like, that's all I'm saying. And also, like, unfortunately, Crystal, the Star Fox games don't really know what to do with her either.
Yeah, they also just stopped making them, so that doesn't help either.
No.
Well, yeah, but it's like at least the last, because she was in 3 more games after Adventure. Mm-hmm. And like, I don't remember. I aside from Star Fox Command, which is low key one of the best Star Fox games, I don't care who hates that game. You are wrong, because it has all these weird moments with Crystal, and actually is interested in exploring her different facets of her character.
Yeah, because what is her personality?
She's just the girl. She's just the girl, and she basically replaces Slippy because she's the one that's like, I'm analyzing the enemy. I am reading its mind, and I'm like, okay, yeah. It's like, all right, okay.
Because her whole thing was she had like magic in the first one. She wasn't like the computer person.
And she never uses it ever again. She just she just has ESP now, and like, I can read the enemy's thoughts. Oh,
here's my biggest problem with Crystal, and that's that like, yeah, she gets relegated to like the girl character, so she gets to be like the like de facto competent one. But they already have a cool girl character that just has been left in the dust. She's in the closet,
Cat Monroe,
starving. Cat, yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. Like, and like, she comes in and immediately is like, "Hey, Falco, remember how you fucking dumped me?"
Yeah, she was doing that bird, bro.
Mm-hmm. She's roasting him.
That might be my new underrated now that you reminded me.
Yeah.
Cat Monroe.
Like she immediately out the gate has like 10 times the personality that Crystal does.
Mm-hmm.
And she has
You know
like
what's funny?
4 lines in that whole level.
You know what's funny? Okay, you know what? No, I'll save it for, because this one of my underrated characters is a Star Fox character, but you will never guess.
Well, let's go to underrated. What's your underrated?
Mine?
Yeah, go for it.
No, don't go to me yet.
I don't want to just say Cat because, like, you know, obviously, it's a good question though. I thought we were gonna go to like perfectly rated next, which I do have an answer.
Oh no, yeah,
for.
let's do that. No, let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do underrated last. What is your accurately rated Furry Awakening character, video game edition?
I'm gonna cheat by saying just Pokemon in general, because they went and made the Mystery Dungeon series. They knew what they were doing with those games. I still haven't even played them, but those were literally designed to be the Furry Awakening games. But they were effective from what I've heard. I'm planning to go to them at some point. It's one of those things where I'm like, dang it. It's one of those things I missed out on.
I really did enjoy Mystery Dungeon. I think I played Blue Team? Can't remember, but yeah. They're honestly decent.
I mean, they're like literal roguelikes, not in the like numbers go up loop game sense, but in the like Sharon the Wanderer.
They play like Rogue.
Yeah. No, they're good. Okay, so like, what do you mean by them being like Furry Awakening games? Like just the fact that like you get to be a Pokemon and
just
and
the fact that the
like,
entire story is you wake up as a Pokemon. Like if you were like I'm trying to think of the word.
I guess that's true. It is like, what if I was a furry for babies?
Yeah, like if you're already like on your way to being a furry, that is the thing that'll just kick you all the way there.
Push you over the edge.
I see. So you're saying it's giving like the easiest possible design template for people to be like, oh yeah, I'd have like a personality that like matches like the Pokemon. Oh.
And like, I'm sure there are other games like that, but nothing comes to mind as good of an example as that. So,
fair enough. No, you're right. I'll give you that one because yeah, you literally the whole point is to be a Pokemon. I thought you were gonna go into some like people getting a little too frosty with some of the like humanoid Pokemon characters, but no, you're right.
Either is Lucario, but like yeah.
Whoa. All right, I will go to my accurately rated Furry Awakening character is Bowser.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know several women who have crushes on this big dinosaur, and I think it reveals something about the Mario franchise, and that's that Bowser is significantly more interesting than literally any other character.
Yeah.
Because Peach certainly doesn't have a lot going on, and then Mario is kind of, in most things, is kind of a nothing burger, so...
Especially what they did with Paper Mario, and even Mario RPG, I think they made Bowser just the outshining character.
That's and that's why I bring this up, is because what I love about Bowser is that his whole shtick, or like the main personality trait that he has basically like been an iteration of Super Mario RPG, and they've never looked back. Like they got it in one. Just the kind of like fail son, like he keeps trying, he's a bit boastful, and like it just, I don't know, it just works. But like again, a lot of women, and I'm sure a lot, like everyone else.
Oh, plenty of men. There are plenty of men. I know that.
Yeah, the gay showed up for Bowser.
Oh yeah, I've seen the art where the guy gives them pecs. I know what y'all are doing. But I don't know, like I can't blame them, because it's the only thing in Mario that has like literally any personality.
Oh damn, I do wish.
I mean, I love Mario, but like, what character actually has an identity?
No, that's what it needs. It needs like a little more edge to the characters. Like, I hate to say it, but like, everything is so safe about Mario nowadays. And it's just kind of like getting annoying.
Well, what is your accurately rated character, Jorge?
I have never played Sly Cooper, but Carmelita from Sly Cooper.
Okay, well, I'll double up on you, because that's my underrated.
Really? But I feel like Sly Cooper is like Like everyone knows that is like the Furry Awakening game.
It is funny. Like I've seen plenty of Sly Cooper. I actually don't think I've seen much of Carmelita, so I think that does technically count.
Well, so maybe she is underrated. How do I know about her though? I feel like I don't know.
At least not the cup. I'm just not remembering seeing much about her posted.
I saw her
which is kind of surprising.
once, and I haven't stopped thinking about it. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe she just had an impact on me.
Carmelita answers the question: what if Inspector Zenigata was a spicy Latina?
It's a spicy, foxy lady, literally.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me while I kiss this fox.
But I love this design.
She
is
a cop
one day.
But it's Interpol, so it's different.
It's a pretend cop, bro. It's fine.
Yeah. Fictional cops can be all right because they had to invent a whole world where they're
Jill Valentine's cool, like whatever. Well, she did leave Star, so maybe she is a good cop. Anyway, no, that's a different story. But yeah, I like her a lot. I really thought she was like more well known. I guess I don't know because I guess I am a little bit out of my field here. But
I think like she is one of the standout characters for that series. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I just think she tends to get overlooked as far as like conventionally attractive animal character. I also like the fact that there's a little bit going on there. Like she's usually with this type of like character archetype, like it's not falling into all of these, like she's like the like cop that's chasing you. She's like your foil, but she's like the more competent one. She's like the more like teasing Sly Cooper. Like Sly himself is a lot more he's just kind of smarmy. Like that's his main deal. But like the fact that like his main sort of like ex-girlfriend that's chasing him down is kind of on like that level of competence. It's like it's just the Zenigata. Like I don't know like words to describe it better than that. But it's if Zenigata was like actually Lupin's ex and was like as competent as Lupin.
Says he wasn't.
So that's why it's my underrated. It's just like it's actually a more interesting character than I think people give it credit for. But
that's interesting. I want to play the games. And I'm like, man,
they're good games.
I need to play them too. Like I've heard so many good things, that I've just like never gotten back to them. I need to like.
Well, that was my underrated. So Izzy, what is your underrated?
I'm looking at like 2 right now. I've been kind of like refreshing my memory of this whole time. I think I'm gonna go with Bloody Roar. Is it the fighting game where you transform into animals?
Yeah. No, I almost picked Bloody Roar too. Honestly,
like it was kind of between that and the Lion King world from Kingdom Hearts 2. Like.
No, I like Bloody Roar. That one's a good. No, because the Lion King one is too obvious.
A lot of people know about it. Yeah,
Bloody Roar is a cool as hell fighting game, and actually, like it played pretty good.
It did, yeah. I feel like if it had more reach as a game, it would have probably done more as a Furry Awakening. Because, yeah.
You know what? It functionally plays like the JoJo fighting game, except your stand is a first.
It's turning into an animal.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that like I think Izzy is the one doing the assignment correctly here, because like the awakening aspect of these games is what you seem to be focusing on, because like Bloody Roar is a game where you literally transform into a furry and just become more powerful that way. So like that's an awakening if I ever heard of one. And it's fun too. It's like a good game. So damn,
yeah, all the character designs are really fun too.
Yeah, it's like I at least have some experience behind what I'm saying, because I did play Bloody Roar. It was one of those games where I was like, okay, I'm getting something out of this that maybe the game developers weren't going on.
Well, it's like a double feature for you too, because it's an obscure fighting game.
Fighting game that also has that.
Yo, Greg the Gorilla, what the fuck? Let's go.
Well, also, yeah, they got like a nerdy guy that turns into a chameleon.
That's right.
Now
I forgot some of these
it's like a legitimately good fighting game. Is the thing.
Forgot there were 4 of them too. Like,
yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, all the way to the GameCube.
Yeah, the GameCube
I played the
GameCube. I
remember.
Oh my god, I remember Stun the insect. There he is.
Stun the Digimon.
Yeah, he looks like Kabuterimon a little.
But yeah, no, that one is a great underrated classic. Also, just like an underrated game. Like that probably plays really well still to this day.
Dude, like,
yeah.
Damn, bring back Bloody Roar. Fuck KI. Fuck Mortal Kombat. Enough of that.
Honestly, yes. I would love a modern Bloody Roar out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Listen, we can't get Saudi money on this one. Bring the
please
furry
know
game
that.
to,
Oh, please no, God. Anything but that. That'll be the most.
Our last defense is the furry fighting game. Actually, that's another genre that has quite a few like furry entries, and I think it's because of that same thing. It's just really easy to get good character design that way.
I was actually going to bring up Them's Fighting Herds as a good example because came from a fandom that was for a show that was adopted by furries that went on to be its own furry thing. Like, it's kind of crazy how that all like transpired and how, I mean, it sucks that company went on to kind of get screwed over multiple times. I think they've actually gotten reacquired and might be in better hands now, but I don't think I've heard anything recently.
Yeah, well, I wish nothing but fortune for them because that was a cool thing. Like it was kind of a neat success story that I like, which is like indie developers, they get the CND because I think originally they were doing a My Little Pony game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fighting is magic.
Yeah, but then through like community effort and like even support from showrunners, they created their own original thing and like
I found out about it because it was an impressive project at the time, but also the Skullgirls devs gave them open source access to their engine.
Yeah.
And Lauren Foss designed the characters. Like it was just like this perfect storm.
All of it is authentic. Yeah. It has the pedigree. So yeah, I really wish it did way better than it did.
But we're forgetting something. Jorge, your underrated character that you keep seeming to
bro. So like I'm kind of at a crossroads here because like, okay, I'm gonna say because this is kind of personal. Have you either of you ever read the Nintendo Power Star Fox comics?
Oh my god, I think I have seen a couple of them. I haven't seen all of them for sure. But...
So the comics introduced a new character called Farrah Phoenix, which was just like, well, we kind of need a lady counterpart to Star Fox and give Fox McCloud like a bit of a love interest. And I remember like I had a crush on this character. I was like, oh, she's pretty, like she's cute. So even back then I was like, it didn't bother me that she was like a fox lady. I was just like, oh, she's so pretty, I like her. And I don't know, that's if I had anything close to an awakening, it's either that or Breath of Fire 2. So
yeah, that's fair.
I'll just toss that in there. And also it another reason I kind of pick Crystal as overrated is because like you look at literally every other female character in Star Fox and they're just like, why did we forget about you? You're so good.
Yeah, really.
Like,
if anything, Star Fox has like such untapped potential for good characters, and they ain't doing anything with that game series.
We just mentioned Kat Monroe, but also like in Star Fox 2, there's Miu and Faye, which are like excellent character designs. Like I don't know if you remember them. It's like a cat lady and a doggy lady, and the doggy lady especially is really pretty.
I gotta hand it to Farrah Phoenix. Like in looking up images of her, all the fan art is much tamer.
You and I are looking at two different places of fan art because I am seeing a lot.
Yeah, don't search in the image boards.
Yeah, here I'll show you the. Oh, it's too small. There's a specific panel where I was like, oh, goo goo gaga. Here we go. It's cropped, but it was. At one point, they're like they're like having illusions or something. She wears a nice dress.
Oh, I do like that. It's like a Fennec Fox too. That's always a cute design.
Yeah,
that's a good choice.
They thought about that stuff, so it's cool. Like I don't know. Also, the Nintendo Power Star Fox comic is underrated as fuck. I really wish they collected it the same way they did the Super Mario Adventures and the Zelda comics.
The one that actually gives all the Mario characters personalities.
Dude, the Mario, the Adventures of Super Mario comic books were influential to me.
Oh my god,
my art style, my like the way I love characters. Like Princess Peach is her best in that comic. Like it's perfect.
We got trans Luigi.
I was going to say that's the only thing I remember is Luigi dressed as Peach.
Yurigi, as Games Done Quick would put it.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you
We
go.
need to like actually read those comics. Like that is the only thing I've really seen from them. It's just Peach 3.
They're so
you
good.
should.
And you can,
so
get them
they're
now
excellent.
too, very easily for like $15.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyways.
They do have. There's only half of them, unfortunately. Not all of them got put in the collection, but yeah.
I'm sure somewhere online probably
the
has
main
them.
story arc is like there, and yeah, you can find them without too much trouble. But why don't we get back to the episode?
Mm-hmm.
I knew this part was going to take so much time. Brain Lords, video games of the mind.
Point out a couple of pictures and then go home. Anybody you recognize here? Nah. Huh?
I don't hang out with animals, man. I don't.
Which one is he? Does this ring a bell? Which one? You're sitting here lying to me, wasting my time. You're a liar, and I know you're a liar. Get me here. Is it this one? How about that one, huh?
Sly Cooper. He's one cunning, devious, raccoonus. Rated E for everyone. Danita Stokes, president of HAG.
It's bad enough that Sega Genesis has the most 16-bit games, but this new Sonic the Hedgehog, oh, he really does my doilies. They say he's incredibly fast. Well, what's the hurry, mister? And about his attitude. Smarty pants. Why can't it be more like that nice boy Mario? Oh! Little brat!
Now, get Sonic free when you buy a Sega Genesis system at its new price of $149.99.
I say, dear chaps, shouldn't you go on a diet?
Are you talking to me? Maybe if these guys would make these holes bigger, I could fit easier, know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I'll help you out.
No, Aries, no.
Come on, guys, we have work to do. We come from the Action 52 game world where every game is...
Yeah, we're talking action and lots of it. We got space, dragon, adventure, even war games.
Yeah, dude, we even got rescue games, and man, they're smooth like ice.
Hey, what about you guys?
Oh, yeah, we're in there too. The Cheetah Man.
Yes, but that's another story. If you want the ultimate game challenge, you have to get Action 52.
Yeah, it's so cool. 52 games in one, and you can even play it on Nintendo. Man, it's awesome. Get yours now.
Now playing at a store near you.
Brain Lords, video games of the mind.
So yeah, as we were saying before, the fact that like Unicorn Overlord is using these furry character designs to actually like add to the world. My question to y'all is, what is the utility of anthropomorphic characters in game design? Or put more succinctly, would these games still work if they were just humans? That's the thing I find myself asking with a lot of the more maybe modern furry games, is other than like your animal themed platformers where their abilities are strictly like tied to them being an animal. I feel like there's a lot of games that are coming out that like look good and have a unique art style, but like is them being animal doing anything? Or is there anything that we're saying about like society or like world building or world design or character traits or anything, or is it just an evocative design?
I think like my mind immediately went to Sonic because of course it did. And like I was thinking on two-prong. Like first, like I'm trying to imagine what Sonic the Hedgehog would look like if it was a bunch of people running around. And like I feel like if that had been the case, most people would just be like, oh, so it's just another Mario. But even outside that, like, you know, even outside the extra media as well, like the games have such a like environmental message of this like, you know, villain putting up
it is
oil
animals
plants
versus technology. Yeah.
And yeah, I think with that too, like it's a much better like portrayed message because of that. Like I think it works much better as a story because of that. Because it's like, okay, if it was just humans running through chemical plant zone and then just, you know, opening a cage at the end and freeing some like, you know,
you're right. I think the fact that it is animals, it does hit different.
They just free some Metal Slug soldiers from the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind a Metal Slug game that like that. That's fine. You're not selling me, or not doing a disservice selling me on that one. But I get what you're saying. Jorge, what was that one indie game you were showing me that was basically like clearly Sonic Adventure 2, but with human characters, but it actually like kind of nailed the look? Lightspeed Lena.
Yeah, Lightspeed Lena. I gravitated toward that game because like She looks like what a Mario character would look like if they were hotter and good.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, but the gameplay is 100% like Sonic Generations, like the 3D stages.
Oh yeah, it is like the way the arms are proportions. Everyone's got gloves on. They know what they're doing.
I haven't seen this before.
It actually looks like
cool.
It plays pretty good, which is actually quite unlike Sonic Adventure 2. So really, they should be dialing it back a little bit.
Yeah, putting 3D Sonic has always been a challenge. And I think a few have gotten pretty decent, but yeah, there's always some jank when it comes to them.
Unfortunately. So why are we bringing this up? Like,
so this is an instance of like a game that is functionally trying to be a Sonic game that just has human characters in it. And to be fair, I haven't seen like what this game's message and story is. It seems to be much more like about character interactions, which that doesn't require them to be animals to like be interesting, and it's not really like drawing any personality traits from them. The designs are all very evocative anyways, so you can kind of tell a lot about these characters without them having to have animal features. But kind of going off of what you were saying, Izzy, about like Sonic the Hedgehog, I was thinking the same thing about like Star Fox. We bring that one up a lot, but like, could they be humans? Yeah, probably. But I think it acts as a lot of shorthand that helps like reinforce what they're doing, because like you've got Star Wolf, which is all kind of either the evil versions of these characters. You've got like iguanas are kind of the more alien looking frog, the wolf is a meaner looking fox, and then you've got like pigs, which are just like more of a derogatory kind of animal, and then like a monkey, which is tied to like all the like Andros stuff is like Homo sapien, or like more and more like apes and things like
humans.
that. Yeah.
So I like the Star Fox. I like that you bring up Star Fox, because I always like their use of animal characters, because like how they differentiate the good ones from the bad ones. It makes sense when you think of it as a fable, kind of, because like all of the Star Fox team is like they're farm animals. They're like in the barnyard animals. It's the hare, the bird, the fox, the frog, the dog, the cat, and then the bad guys are like lizards and crocodiles and apes, like you said. Like something I like about the use of apes is because they're like closer to humans, so like they're the bad ones, and then Pigma becomes like one of the bad guys because he betrays.
And he's the traitor,
Maybe it's a reference to Animal Farm, not to get fucking YouTube essay on you here, but like the first ones to turn an Animal Farm were the pigs, and I don't know, maybe it was saying something with that.
I mean, we say fuck pigs in but yeah, no, I mean, like, and like, does Star Fox have a story? I mean, I guess, like, yeah, a little bit, but all
there's a lot of rule of cool there, though.
Yeah, but all like the major story beats in the individual levels are usually about like some sort of legacy, which isn't really related to animals, but then also like bioweapons, genetic modifications, and things like that, which kind of does work with the animal thing. I think in a game where you don't get like, you functionally get like seconds of material for story in these games, and using animals as a shorthand to like reinforce that or let you fill in the gaps does kind of work. I think you are right though. Like, it is largely rule of cool, because there are other games that are trying to be Star Fox, and it feels like they have furry characters because Star Fox did.
Was just thinking about Wild Blue Skies. I was kind of looking at that while y'all were talking about that, because
I'm
like,
not singling one out either. A lot of them do it. There are multiple games.
Zodiac, one of my favorites, flips the script around and you play as a monkey girl, and she's very cute. But yeah,
which I do like her design. It's a good design, but like,
I love those characters,
dude. Do they need to be? Do they need to be animals though? Like, are they literally just doing it because Star Fox did it?
I mean, yes, they are doing it because Star Fox did. But if you go further back, Miyamoto did it because he was inspired by the Inari fox statues. And the gates, those red gates in Japan.
I didn't actually know that. That makes sense.
Yeah, he wanted to make a game about a fox who travels through those gates. And the way he came up with it was like a spaceship. So that's kind of, animals are present in folklore and legend, and so they translate to our media because of that. So I think, yes, it's rule of cool, but I think there is legit reason to like represent the things that inspire us through like the faces of animals and anthropomorphic characters and furries.
And like I was gonna even say, like on top of that, like there's probably a lot of people who liked Star Fox, became furries because of it, and we're just like, well, I want more Star Fox, and then they ended up making
more of that. Yeah,
it's an easy signifier for like this is what you want, and not even being pandering. It's like, look, this is shorthand for like, do you want to play an on-rail shooter? You're a cute monkey girl, like you writes itself. But like, I like what you're saying about like folklore and fables, because thinking back to Night in the Woods, which is very much a beloved furry game, but like it is just Scott Benson, I believe that's his name, the artist for it, his style. And I think like, yeah, it would totally work if they were just like cartoon humans, but the shape language is ultra simplified. So you get a lot out of like making them into animals, but I think more like, you're right, it does feel like fables and folklore because it is like playing in the space of a lot of like old school Union songs and like folk traditions and things like that. So having them be like animals, I think just harkens back to that. It's just a more traditional way of storytelling.
Yeah, exactly. They have always been a major part of fairy tales, fables, folklores, mythology, religion. Like the animals just represent something symbolic to us, whether we think about that or not. And to actually hone in and focus on the furries, a lot of furry artists express personality through types of animals, and that's very intentional. And Izzy, I wonder if you can elaborate on this, but like I'm sure people when they find their fursonas, they want it to be reflective of who they are as a person too.
Yeah, like largely it is a deep personal kind of exploration. Like a lot of people, they find something that really speaks to them, and it's actually really cool. Like, you know, you look into people like seeing themselves more in it. And, you know, as a trans furry, I get that on multiple levels, right? Like, you know, exploring yourself, layered, like, and finding things that, like, you know, really speaks to you. And it's, like, just really cool. And I think there's probably some who that's not the case. They don't really feel like as attached. But, you know, I think for a lot of people it is. It's a thing of just like, oh my gosh, this thing, it me.
Yeah, and also speaks to the DIY nature of it. Like, I'm sure for a lot of folks, it is like dialing in exactly what they want out of it. Some people just like, well, I don't know, I like dogs, dude. I'm fluorescent green. Who cares? And other people, it's probably a lot more methodical and thought out. So
yeah, I guess like to answer your question more directly, I think animals do serve a shorthand for like type of character. Like let's go back to Star Fox because it does it so well. Every character's personality is expressed through their design immediately. You see a character and you know exactly the kind of character they are. I think that's cool, and I think that's the reason why anthropomorphic characters and furries are like used as characters in a video game. To give you that shorthand of like, this is a fiery type of character, this is a more chill kind of character, this is a more like innocent character, and that it's expressed through what kind of animal they are. Because to us, animals already have like a symbolic meaning, even outside of like realistic depictions of animals.
Yeah, and so, like it kind of lets video games punch above their weight as far as writing is concerned, because they've never been the strongest when it comes to that. But you can do a lot when you can actually play as the animal, and like you kind of there's like kind of like that link of empathy between like, oh well, like, you know, like I'm this little fox and he's like kind of a nice looking animal and I want to be the good guy, and you know, you form a little bit more of a connection there.
Tunic does that.
Tunic, yep.
It makes the, you know, you're a cute little fox and the world feels all the like scarier when like it's threatening this cute little animal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because like even games where I feel like it's not doing a whole lot, like Pseudoregalia, like you are in like a weird like world whose culture you don't understand, and the fact that it's like this weird jackalope, like it's an evocative character design. Like certainly I clicked on it because I'm like, okay, what is this? Why has she got no pants?
I mean, they did their job.
But it worked. I clicked on it.
It would make you.
I would say it's playing in like there's like this whole like you're sort of like this royalty, but also like there's sort of like these Catholic like overtones with it, and I think the fact that you're like a weird mythical animal that's like you don't quite understand, like there is something there. I think I came into this a little bit more critical, feeling like a lot of these games could just be like swap them with humans and they would work, because they would, but it's just a little extra that just adds a bit more of a layer to like the world design, the characters, the storytelling. So
it's a voice.
Yeah.
It's a voice. It's a personality, and it's usually the artistic decision of someone who genuinely cares about that stuff.
You know, and like that, there was that game I posted in our chat earlier, the that survival horror game that just looks like these big honking like mascot heads, and like I don't know if it's this, like it's too early to say like what it's actually trying to say like thematically with it, but I don't know, like it's distinct. It doesn't look like, you know, Unreal Asset Engine game number like 783. It actually has something that like, oh, okay, like I'm like a dog or something, and I'm I'm playing RE4, but I'm a dog, and that's certainly a lot more of a pitch than like most games ever even get. So even a shorthand for just like the kind of game it is, I feel like it's good at just drawing you in, which any game being able to do that at all is a miracle these days with how many games there are out.
It says a lot that people go out of their way to include these aspects into a game. Another one I think of, and it's actually in part by one of the rivals of either character designers, and a Breath of the Wild mod that turns Link into like the wolf Link, but like in
I've seen that
form. It is excellent. It like goes above and beyond. It looks official. It's so good. And he looks like the wolf from Twilight Princess, so it makes sense. Like that there's a lot of thank you. Yeah.
These are cute
mods. Should have linked it when I actually mentioned it, but yeah, there you go.
Oh wow,
like this mod is probably one of the more downloaded.
Holy crap.
The on a similar note, I saw like someone was drawing Deadlocked fan art, which I can tell that game's like actually going to be a big deal because I'm starting to see memes of it. But they drew all of the characters as Animal Crossing characters, and you know, you've got to pick what of the subset of Animal Crossing characters matches the personality or like, you know, shape language of their body type the best with like all these animals. So it's just, I think we're talking about like furries broadly as like a scene and in a community, but like I think ultimately like all we're really talking about is just like natural character design. Our brains, being humans, are uniquely good at just remembering animals because that's just built into how we survive.
Always has been, historically.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on this, but like I've heard like studies that like the reason we're like you're really good at remembering a lot of Pokemon is it's just triggering the part of your brain that can identify animals, because that's just how you fucking don't die, is by remembering, oh yeah, bear will kill me.
That makes sense, actually.
Well, why don't we move on to our final topic then, when speaking about the community and some of these more modern furry games, and that is, how does a furry artist go legit? Is there something to like staying niche and making more like furry games like for a furry audience? Are there a contrast between that and wanting to go maybe more mass market appeal? And this is also just a time to shout out sort of more of the like the furry developers that like kind of did make it big.
Yeah, for sure. I like try to think, because there's obviously stuff that I know of, and I don't really know how it made a splash on like the more broad audience.
How about I start with this? So what comes to mind when I talk about this topic is like Atlyss, that game certainly made waves because like it's got a sexy furry character on the cover, and people clicked on it because of that. But then it like clearly was going for something as far as like a, you know, Lost single player MMO, you know, almost
it's Phantasy Star Online.
Yeah, Phantasy Star, kind of is, or like Dot Hack.
It's so good.
Yeah, and so like clearly that is a game that is designed to like be appealing to furries, but it kind of got a little bit more like, it's still niche, but it's like kind of mainstream niche. I'm thinking about that in terms of like, where is this line between like choosing to maybe stick to a very specific market or to like have a more broad appeal, or does it like randomly, does it just happen that like these games will just have a broad appeal accidentally?
Yeah, like I do think a lot of them, just from experience, do, you know, come from a place of just, I want this thing, so I make this thing, and then it just kind of like comes up, like whether or not they actually, because like I can't really think of any that are, you know, that compromise for the sake of capital, you know, like I've seen some pretty out there games that do just catch on just because they do. I'm sure there are some though that are like, oh, well, we want to play it safe but still have furry. But like, off the top of my head, I'm trying.
I can't really think of any. I guess like my pithy answer to this is that they already are legit. It's just that like, I don't know, people do tend to other a thing because it does come with like a baggage of like, oh, I'm not into this, so I'm not gonna play it. I think at least I know that I don't really get, personally, at least for myself, it doesn't really bother me if a game has like furries in it, but I do sometimes find myself a little less interested when I can tell it's more leaning on the kink side of it. And you know, not trying to shame anybody or anything, but like it is,
if it
like,
just doesn't appeal to you, that's fair.
Yeah, because it's more, because I get what it's trying to do, and it's just like, okay, so this is going to be the focus of the game, therefore it's not going to be for me. But if it's something, you know, like Atlyss, for example, which just happens to have like the boob and butt slider, I'm okay. I overlook that because the main game isn't that. Like, that's just like an aspect of it.
It's really clearly trying to go for like some lost PS2, GameCube MMO.
Yeah, and that to me is like, wait, if you describe the game to me, instead of saying, oh, it's the booby butt furry game, or instead you say, no, it's like legit the next best thing to like Phantasy Star Online episode 1 and 2, then I'm like, oh shit, I'm sold. I don't care what it looks like, I'll play it. And yeah, in that respect, I think you can legitimize, to use that word, you can legitimize like furry games by just being like, hey, describe them as what they actually are, just games. Like, they don't have to have this like loaded terminology to, like, kind of, we saw the Steam tag for it didn't really actually mean anything for the bestsellers at least, but like, yeah, I don't know, it doesn't have to be legit, I guess. People have to have a bit of a more open mind about it is how I feel. The artists themselves, they can do whatever they fucking want, because like, I guess that's what art is about, like expressing something deep within yourself that you want to externalize, or just something you made for yourself, you know. So
I don't think you're wrong necessarily though by saying like sometimes like when the game is maybe being a little bit more on the nose, you feel like it's a bit like less appealing, because I have like two I can compare and contrast here on like the going back to that Steam tag. There's one that looks like it came out it came out last year in the spring. It is called Cosmo Breeder Yifai, and the character is like very much like drawn in a furry style. The name is a little bit, it sounds like I checked to see if it had an adult tag on
I would already
but it straight up just looks like a Castlevania like style game, like original Castlevania. Like, it's got like scan lines and everything. Very much like that Shovel Knight vibe of retro throwback game. The name is maybe a little bit more evocative.
It looks kind of sick. I've never seen
it looks kind of cool.
It's pretty neat.
So it doesn't look bad, but like comparing that to say Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo, which I think has like a lot of furries are like grabbing onto, because it's a dope fucking game with like a cute little mouse character. You know, I think that one is maybe more broadly appealing, that just has really good character design. Whereas I feel like I had to be sold, like I had to like watch the full trailer of that Yifai game to be like, oh, okay, like if I'm in the mood for a modern retro game, like maybe I'll check that out if it goes on sale. But you know, I will admit, like I saw it immediately and I had to be able to discern like, okay, is this like just an adult game? Like, what is this doing here?
The name
which is, again, is fine, but it's like I have to be like very specifically in the mood to want to like reach out for something like that, versus what this actually is, which is just a cool like retro platformer.
So here's the thing though, and what I was trying to say, how is that any different from like a non-furry game that is also just like horny for pandering's sake? You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Yeah, like let me think of an example. I'm sorry, Nikke fans, but Nikke got us a victory. Like, oh, it's like, okay, yeah, I know you're playing a game and it's just about butts shaking and guns, and it's like, why doesn't that game receive the same amount of like, I guess, scrutiny as like the same thing but with furries would. You know what I mean? Like recently we saw that fighting game, and it's just like giant butts everywhere. Like every character is just like enormous and will flatten you with their ass, and everyone's making a meme out of it and be like, oh, this is so goofy, this is so gross, oh, this is so horny, oh, this is the Gooner game. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like, are we honing in on this because it's like horny, or is it because they're furries? Like, which, I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of a bias because like there's just as many like pointlessly horny games for like with like people characters in them. And I guess like, to meet you halfway, Kyle, there are instances of like, well, actually this game turned out to be good because like I gave it a chance, and it's not all horny. It's actually pretty deep. And that could, I guess what I'm trying to say is that it can happen either way. So like,
yeah, you're right.
I don't know
like,
why one has to be legitimate and not the other. You know what I mean?
And to be fair, also like the style that Yafai game was in was a little bit more like broadly like the kind of like generic furry style that you see like a lot of artists adopting. So like it just like was not as immediately appealing. But you're right, like that has nothing to do with whether or not it was like a furry game. It was just that like I couldn't tell if it was like being too pandering or a little too on the nose, or if it like actually had something there. It had to work a little bit more to actually reach me, you know. This in the same way that like a Nier Automata versus a Stellar Blade would have me.
Exactly. I have there's actually a furry game that is horny that I want to play called Kings of Hell, and even though this game is like big, I'll link it to y'all. Let me see if I can. Oh, I don't have a link. Sorry. Yeah, but it's called Kings of Hell. Even though this game has like bulges for days, it looks dope. It looks like fucking like a free for all beat 'em up, and
almost like
the gameplay trailer.
Power Stone.
Yeah, you watch the gameplay trailer of it, and you can tell people are like they give a shit about it, even if it is just like low key horny.
Yeah,
but like I guess the thing I'm trying to say is like, if this was a bunch of human women doing the same thing, people wouldn't bat an eye. They wouldn't really like yell at it the same way.
Yeah, you're right. Because I got plenty defensive about playing and enjoying Skullgirls when it came out, but like life would be a lot better if I just did not give a shit about like, yes, they're sexy characters and it plays good. I want both of those things. This game does look cool, but I will say it has a little bit too much going on the screen for me.
That's fair.
And like those characters are all over the place.
I cannot tell what I'm looking at here.
But it looks dope. I don't know.
No, it looks fun. I'm just saying it looks like someone like lit a firecracker in every single screenshot of this game.
Those particle effects going crazy.
Yeah, watching the trailer, there's so much moving and like particles. Yeah, it does look really good though.
I feel like this is like a you pop your Adderall and play this game kind of game. But yeah, no, that's a really good point. It's like it's all like none of this is unique to it being furry or not. It's just like the game is either like too obvious about it or not. Like it has nothing to do with like the art style.
There's plenty of games that do that.
I was gonna give one more example, which I think is kind of a fun one because like it is definitely pandering to a specific subgroup of furry, but also it kind of works in its own right, which I think is good, and that is property damage.
Goodness gracious!
Damage.
Yeah, I saw.
You there's something about puns and furries, but yeah, like so there is, you know, obviously like the macro stuff with furries where like they're just bigger characters, but like also this kind of appeals to the same thing as like oh shit, what's the name?
Rampage?
Now I can't place it. Rampage.
Yeah, it's literally that's the thing I thought of when I saw it. It's Rampage.
Yeah, it is. And then it's like, you're right. Like it's very clearly like I get this is your kink, and at least you're being straightforward with it. You're not trying to hide it. I will give the furries like credit beyond for that.
They know what they're
very
about.
clear about what they're into, but also they're smashing some buildings. Looks kind of fun.
Yeah,
I would play this.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm gonna say. It's like
for shits and giggles. Yeah,
like they still have the arcadey stuff from Rampage, and like, you know, maybe Rampage even drove some folks to appreciate like the gargantuan characters. I don't know, like it's interesting.
Okay,
like,
Izzy, this is a funny thing you mentioned because like recently I was doing some research on Rampage because like I bought like again at a Retro Rocket City Retro Fest, I bought a blank Rampage cart that someone like put an F-Zero label on it. Yeah, someone put an F-Zero label on a Rampage cart and sold it to this guy. Basically scammed him. So he was trying to get rid of it and sold it to me for like $15. So I was doing research on Rampage because I'm like, well, I want to draw like my own custom cover. It'll be cool. It'll be a fun project. And I didn't realize like some of the information I was getting was from the Transformation Wiki.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, great. So why didn't I think of that? Yeah, all the monsters in Rampage were once human.
Yeah, that transform. I actually kind of forgot about that.
Yeah. I thought you were going to bring up the fact that you were like, wait, who is this scientist character? And you posted the most like science babist character I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So the scientist lady in Rampage World Tour is Galaxy Brain. Like someone was like,
it's a fusion between the bimbo girl and the book girl. It is a perfect
it's like
harmonious balance.
Like somebody. Yeah, I am telling you, Galaxy Brain. Like they took the bimbo and the nerd and went like, but what if both of them?
So Hello Nurse Randomaniac is what I'm hearing.
Basically.
Yes. But she has
got big glasses.
eyes with big glasses and like she's kind of goofy. I love it. Anyway, that's a fucking segue. That's not a segue. That's like me trailing off. But yeah, fun story. Rampage TF Wiki exists.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, I can see it.
Listen, the information's still good. However you get it.
I know. It's like, okay, I guess I learned something.
Here, I gotta stop what we're doing and post this babe.
Oh yeah, there
Zooey Mama.
Oh yeah, I do remember this character.
I love her cartoon eyes. I'm like, bro.
Like if she didn't have the glasses, the character design would be in the dumpster.
I need to tap into whatever the fuck this person was thinking when they designed this. Anyway. They
probably were inspired by Velma based on the glasses and eyes design. But
there's a little bit of Velma in there. And this was back when like people still thought Velma wasn't cute or hot. That's a new thing, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be the first here to say it. Velma, there was a time where people thought she was ugly, like believe it or not. I've met these people. We are trailing off, Kyle. Please help us.
Why don't we take a last minute in this final topic to just shout out some of the like furry community members that made it big. You know, we brought up the Them's Fighting Herds folks, and while that was unfortunate, what happened to them and how much the effort they had to put in to just make a legitimate game. Now they're developing the Avatar fighting game, which frankly, like,
are you serious?
There's not a lot of they're the Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game is developed by them, so you know
I didn't actually realize that until you said that. Like, recently.
Pretty good.
That's awesome, actually. Yeah.
What were you saying earlier about Bubsy? Izzy?
So yeah, I guess it would be fun to note that Bubsy as a series has kind of come full circle on the furry side of things, because Bubsy 4D, in addition to getting a lot of fanfare from the furry community, Bubsy is voiced by one of the probably most publicly furry voice actors, Sean Chiplock, which super cool. Like, it works out really well. He even did a stream B-tubing as Bubsy to promote it. But yeah, like, it's funny because, like, again, Bubsy, I'm sure there was some fanfare in the community for the earlier stuff, but really, it's the latest iteration that made him more dad-coded. That
he's got that
really
blazer on.
I'm looking up Sean Chiplock and what else he did. Rivali from Breath of the Wild, and Teba, and Noob Saibot in fucking Mortal Kombat 11. Holy shit!
I actually didn't know that one. I'll be honest with you.
He voices characters in Kings of Hell. Oh, this is okay. There you go.
There you go.
Oh,
he knows his audience.
Oh wow, no, this dude has a portfolio. I did not know this. This guy's
he's got work done, and he's a great guy too. He frequents FurryCons. Cool. Amazing to hang out with.
That's sweet. I didn't realize that. Damn. Okay, like, I guess, is there like a typecast for furries?
What's funny? So the other voice actor that comes to my mind, remember his name and I feel bad. But he did the English voice for Legoshi and Beastars, I'm pretty sure. And he wasn't a furry. Jonas Scott. I don't think I think it was he wasn't a furry until he voiced Legoshi, and then he kind of got mingled with the community and kind of started like getting into it.
Wow.
I might be completely misremembering. I'm pretty sure that's the case. This is hearsay. Okay. Like I'm speaking from
all right. Disclaimer.
From secondhand knowledge, but I think that's how it goes.
Yo,
I mean, like, well, speaking of
Nero in Final Fantasy Rebirth, what the fuck? This dude was everywhere. Holy shit! Yeah.
And then you bring up Bubsy, which in addition to that, like the Demon Turf, then Demon Tides developers are behind the Bubsy game, which is why this is actually getting any momentum and why it's not just like the Morbius of video games. Like it's got the juice behind it, and I think a lot of the furries really like Demon Tides and Demon Turf.
As someone who was just streaming Demon Tides literally last night, I'm enjoying it quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, how is it?
It's crazy. Like, it has all the movement, and then like once you've kind of gotten used to the movement tech, you unlock more movement tech, and it's just like. I genuinely was having a blast just trying to do random stuff with it yesterday. And like, I'm only at like the first maybe 10% of the game. There's still a lot to explore. So would recommend.
Question.
Yes.
Did you play Demon Turf, the first one?
Tides. I have not played Demon Turf. I want to go back to it. It's one of those things I didn't know about Demon Tides. I randomly followed the creator on Blue Sky. I don't remember how I found out about it, but it was post Demon Turf. But now I'm like, I kind of want to go back and just try it again, or try out the old one just to kind of see how it is. But yeah, I really enjoy Demon Tides.
Well, I guess is there any final games or artists that you'd like to shout out, Izzy?
Gosh, well now I'm on the spot.
No, mostly because I after we did Bubsy and like those, I kind of tapped out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's something recent that would be good. I don't know if Squeakross counts. I think it does. I would recommend that though. Yeah,
that game got really popular.
Picross game where you're a mouse. It's really cute, really fun. Music's pretty chill. Is there anything else? I think that's all I've done recently.
What's funny too is that game is like, listen, we just made a Picross game, but like we just added literally anything else, and it's genius tier design of like, yeah, you do the puzzle, you get like a thing for your house.
I was surprised how much interaction there was with the house stuff too. You could just like, have random little, and it feels like Animal Crossing. You just press A on something and it does something random, and it's like, oh, well that's neat. They didn't have to do that. Neat that they did.
So the artist, the Rivals of Aether artist I was talking about earlier is Mark Nelson. With a K, Nelson. Back when I worked a lot closer with Rivals of Aether stuff, he was one of the ones that would give me notes, and I learned how to draw snouts thanks to this guy. So
it's tricky. I'm still kind of figuring that out.
I didn't think it was what it is. Like, there's just a correct way to do it. But his art is really good, and he's responsible for some of the more striking designs in Rivals of Aether. And also, yeah, that's how I found out about that Breath of the Wild mod, was because of his work too. So there's my shout out. He's a cool artist. He draws a lot of the NPC. Here's how I found him actually. Before Rivals, he draws a lot of the NPC fan art of Breath of Fire 4 for like specifically the frog that's out in one of the bridges in a city, and I'm like. My favorite kind of fan art is this shit, where like someone just draws a random NPC that no one else would have drawn.
I love that. I looked up Mark Nelson on Blue Sky to make sure I was following him, and one of the first things I see in his replies is him replying in a chain to Sean Chiplock. Like,
there you go. 6 degrees of Sean Chiplock, I guess.
Okay, I'll shout out Sir Billion too, who is currently developing Breeze in the Clouds. I met this dude in person. I think you might have met him too, Kyle. He was at MacFest when we were there. But he's doing that beat 'em up with the little doggy, and it looks really cool.
Okay. No, I was just going to shout out my favorite furry artist, which is Question Zone.
Oh, welcome to the Question Zone. Get ready.
Yes, we've entered the question zone. We've solicited a number of questions. You can contact us at brainlordspod@gmail.com. And our first and only inquiry today is from Persona Non Grata, who says, "What game really seems it's very, very good, thank you. What game seems the most like a furry game on the surface, but isn't actually one?"
Oh man, that's a good question. Oh man, let me think.
Is a good question. Tiny Toons Adventures Buster Bust Loose.
Not a bad pick, honestly.
Yeah. That's a hard one. I mean, I like the one that comes to mind immediately for me is like Hollow Knight. Furry's just like that one, but I wouldn't call it a furry game.
Maybe
I mean, knowing what I know now, maybe Rivals of Aether, but like
yeah.
Okay. No, actually, that's the perfect one.
I think I have the answer though. Undertale.
Yeah, actually, I think that definitely counts.
Yeah, although I feel like the character designs in Undertale were also not exactly targeted to be like furry coded. They just happen to be that way. If that makes sense.
But it's just like the number one furry game based on like the way people talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. Like maybe other people perceive it as like a furry game, but
oh yeah, I mean the furry community has definitely taken love to most of the characters in those games.
Yeah, but I don't think. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a furry game at all. Despite the amount of like literally furry characters in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I like Rivals.
Though. Rival, I still think that's really funny. I didn't know that like until now.
Yeah, like the joke is that Dan Fornacci. I can't pronounce your last name, Dan. I'm so sorry, but like everyone jokes that he's a furry. He's not. He's really not. The director.
Not yet. Question mark.
Yeah, I know. It's like we pending situation pending. There might be some changes down the line.
I mean, look, it took me a while to be public about it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, honestly, that like we kind of joke around about that, but there is a very personal process that goes with like that type of self-identity, like because you spend so much time burying a part of yourself that then suddenly like you realize, oh wait, actually I am this. I've just been telling people I'm not because I thought I didn't want to be that.
I guess I can shout out I mean it probably just kind of is a furry game like on the surface and under the surface, but Nine Souls has a lot of like very furry character designs, but like this is from a dev team, Red Candle Games, that is like famous for like Taiwanese horror inspired games, and like Nine Souls has a lot of like body horror and things like that in it. But then you look at some of the character designs, and like this is, I posted in the chat, Guamang, and it's just like why is she drawn like that?
Which one specifically?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one. Okay. For the listener, there's a very there's a lot going on in this picture. What is this? A cat lady? What would you describe this as?
She's like they're all kind of weird cat-ish looking people, but she's the one that's like,
she got long ears and
yeah,
a little bit of a cat.
They're all cats, but she's like kind of in charge of like the genetics of their like science department, and so she's like splicing animals. So she's, I guess, the most furry coated of them all.
Is this image in the game?
Yeah.
So dear listener, we are getting kind of an upskirt shot of this character, like
low angle upskirt, yeah.
Up. She is thighs up, like kind of cross-legged, but one thigh up, and you might like accidentally see some coochie if she moves any further. So yeah, this is precarious.
I
like the feathery hands. Like that's a neat choice. Those are hard to draw, by the way, just from experience.
I know.
Feather hands. They look
feathers
cool
in
together.
general.
Then we got Lady Ethereal over here, who is kind of like we have Toriel at home.
Oh, okay, yeah. Dear listener, this one is like this was a kind of thick cat lady, but she's more modestly dressed than the previous one. And I would go and get cookies from her, to be honest. Like, I'll pick Toriel at home, even if it's not Toriel.
I think Toriel at home is actually the perfect way to describe it.
Yeah. Even though like she does have a lot going on, like there's whole like folklore of like the butterfly representing like am I truly awake or am I just a butterfly having a dream? Like there's stuff there, but design wise, like they know what they're doing.
Damn, bro, though that actually made me think. Shit, you sent me down a path.
Yeah, no, it's the like Nine Souls is very much I guess like you go in thinking like what is this like fucking like furry Sonic ass game, and then like you leave like having to learn like a legitimate amount of things about like Chinese folklore and like mysticism and things like that.
Well, yeah, as always, animals are just used in that respect.
There you go. I mean, it's all kind of tied in the same like folk tradition and theology and things like that. So
it's all in the mind.
It's all in the mind,
like the other furry game said.
Well,
Parappa. No, Parappa. That's my pick. Parappa.
That's pretty good. That's actually a good one.
That is not a furry game, but there is a. You would think.
I'm gonna pick Jammer Lammy because I'm so original.
Oh, there you go.
I think I don't think Rodney Allen Greenblatt knows what a furry is. He just like he cannot fathom drawing characters any way other than that.
Shout out though, he's a great artist. But that's funny. That's funny.
You like you point a gun to his head and you're like draw a man, and he's like a funny little dog.
I said a man.
Here's a bear who definitely smokes weed.
He's a bear that smokes weed. Here's a little butch bear that's a lesbian.
It's only just dawning on me that Lammy is a deer with antlers.
Yes.
Super progressive for its time? Question mark.
The trans lamb.
I somehow never
just like that. Just like that one trans mass cow from.
Oh, is it just called Barnyard?
I think so.
I think it is.
Wiki. I'm in the wiki barn. Yes, it's just called Barnyard.
Barnyard.
I had to go to the wiki.
Away with that back then.
Yeah, everyone says it's a trans male cow because. Oh God. There's that one scene where it's like, back when I had a sister. We have a sister? Oh. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Did they know? Did they know? Okay.
All right. We have officially lost the plot. So why don't we end with a trip to the rec room where we recommend something inside and outside the world of gaming. Would y'all like to recommend anything?
I recommend playing Furry game. we talked about it. We spoke about a lot of games. Oh, you know what? I'll recommend Breath of Fire if you're like that one soul that hasn't played Breath of Fire yet.
You love
listen to
Breath
your pal Jorge, dude. I love it. That is like my furry game. Listen to your pal Jorge. Start with 4. Start with 4 or 3. Start with 4 or 3, whichever is easier to get. If you like that, then work backwards. If you start it with 4, do 3, 2, 1. If you started with 3, do 4, 2, 1. Do it that way. Trust me. Or 2, 4, 1. Just leave 1 for that because that's the rougher one. And then, if you're a real one, play Breath of Fire 5. Dragon Quarter. Excellent video game. A lot of people shit on it because it is not a turn-based RPG like the other Breath of Fires were. It's more of an action. Like, it is turn-based, but it uses like spacing more like Chrono Trigger did. Where like combat is more determined by like range of attacks and stuff, but also it's highly replayable because the game is quite short. You are supposed to replay it to get more and more and more of the story. It's kind of like Undertale. And yes, I love these games. I have a huge crush on Kat, the cat girl from that one. I had a huge crush on Nina, the feather lady. I had a huge crush on Blue. I don't know how to pronounce her name. These nuts. The blue hair snake lady in that game, she is gorgeous. She's like one of my favorite character designs. And that is the closest I've ever been to like, aside from the Star Fox Nintendo Power comic. Yeah, that's the closest I've ever been to like, damn, that looks good. And I don't care. But yeah, excellent games.
Yeah,
I highly recommend them.
I gotta say, I dig this cat character design because it's the most like Dominion tank police looking ass character.
Yeah, the Breath of Fire 2 designs were on some Masamune Shiro shit. Like honestly, they were taking a lot of cues from that era of Masamune Shiro. Like Appleseed.
Do you have
tank police
anything
and
else you'd like to recommend from outside the world of games?
outside the world of games? Go watch Secret of NIMH, Land Before Time, and American Tail. Those three in that order. If you are not familiar with these movies, these are the movies that put Don Bluth in the like heights of animation film artistry. Please don't watch any more than that. Maybe watch American Tail 2. I'll allow that one. But after that, just stop and pretend that Don Bluth had a great career that didn't crumble at all. Maybe
the cowboy one.
2 is the cowboy one, and it's
Goes
it's
west,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not as poignant because I like a lot of people like 2 best because it is the better animated one, but I love 1 better because it is legitimately an immigrant story. And
it's about the Russian Jews and
yeah, there's something I connected to it because Puerto Ricans have a long sordid history with immigration as well, specifically moving to New York, which is where it takes place. And there's this song in the movie that's like, "There's no cats in America," and that is like so succinctly the promise, like the dream of immigration is so succinctly in that sentence where like these mice are moving to a country where there are no cats, and then guess what happens when they arrive to New York? So I don't know. I love that about it. It's one of my favorite movies because of that. It's a story about immigrants and the immigrant mentality and like how one promises like they see like a prosperous future through hearsay, but then the crushing reality of like, no, it's really not as good as everyone says. We're still poor. You know what I mean? Like, and there's cats in America.
Wow, so, using animals as a shorthand for saying something. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. So it fits the episode. Yeah, so I recommend that. It's a good movie.
Izzy, what you got to recommend?
Okay, I guess going with the theme, the game that came to mind immediately is On Your Tail, which is a very furry investigation game set in Italy.
Ooh. Italian furries.
It's honestly got like really lovely art style. It's just very, explore, meet people, learn things. When you're actually solving crimes, it's in a like little board game kind of
this looks
theme. Cute. It's really neat, yeah. I guess aside from that, Demon Tide's also good. Still only played 1 day of that, but still very highly recommend. Actually, let me here. This is a good example of like how you're actually solving the crimes. Oh wait, that's really not the screenshot.
You play a cute detective.
Yeah, I see. Like, oh, I see. You actually have to like build out a little diorama to like.
Yep.
Okay, that's kind of
really
cool.
does not make it easy to copy images off the store page.
No, Steam
I'm
is kind of
noticing.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not giving me a link. It just lets me link to the actual store page. That doesn't help you, Steam.
Well, don't worry. Yeah, it's On Your Tail, but tail is spelled like a tail, like the
Tail. And then outside games, also I guess on the furry side of things, I would recommend the Nos Saga series of books by Joaquin Baldwin, writer on I think both the Zootopia movies and some other stuff. Yeah. I've only gotten through the first book so far. I need to read. There's 4 of them. They come out so fast. I just need to actually get through them. I've been bad about reading. The Nos Saga, Wolf of Withervale is the first one. And let me just actually...
Yes, okay. Oh, Nos, yeah. Noss.
SS, yep.
Is how you spell it. Nos Saga, Wolf of...
But yeah, this guy's also a really good artist, and he does a lot of like complementary material to the books. Like he draws maps. He does like there's a very intricate form of currency that he has like thought out, and he has like 3D prints of it to like kind of demonstrate. I really appreciate the level of world building that he puts into this.
I see. So they're the kind of sicko to like go build their own wiki for their work.
But yeah, it's a very queer series. Has a lot of turning into animals. So there you go.
Nice. Well, I will recommend. I'm glad we all kind of did the assignment here. You don't have to. It can be anything. But I recently was like really, really pissed off by the Pokemon news for them charging $20 for
oh god, yeah,
Fire Red and Leaf Green
release.
Yeah, for no feature, a featureless ROM costs $20.
But no, you can like after some time, questionably after release, you can connect to Pokemon Home and put your little bits of data and your other bit of data.
Whatever.
So I got like really pissed off about that, and instead of like just seething and simmering here, I decided to kind of put my money or lack thereof where my mouth is. And actually looked into, like, I did a bunch of research on like what are the really good Pokemon ROM hacks. And I have two that I'm playing right now. One is Pokemon Odyssey, and the other is Pokemon Prism, which are both like completely, they're completely unique games. But Odyssey plays a little bit more like the GBA games, and Prism plays more like Pokemon Crystal. But these are like games where you're playing bespoke characters who like have their own name, that have their own starter that you do not get to choose. Obviously you can collect more Pokemon, but like Prism has you starting with like going camping with your mom, and there's a landslide, and you stumble upon a Larvitar, which is kind of cool that you never really get to like play with the pseudo legendaries like in a way that's actually like not forcing you to just grind them to their final form. And Pokemon Odyssey, the feature of the game is that all battles that aren't just wild battles are double battles. And so you actually like kind of have to play it like a real RPG that has multiple party members.
Cool. Dude, that was the most disappointing thing about was it Black and White? Which one introduced the 3v3 battles? Whichever that was, that was the most disappointing thing. They hyped it up in the trailers, and then you only do it like a handful of times, not even a half a dozen. It sucks so much. Anyway, sorry.
So all major battles in this are, or not even major, just like anything that's not just wild Pokemon are double battles. And like you even start with a Plusle and a Minun, and so it's got like it's a kind of fun way to like give you interesting Pokemon to play. Yeah. And like you have like characters, and the thing is that people will always like complain about, they're like, well, it's like it's got pretty cool art, and it's like really unique, and it's got like regional variations, and like, oh, here's all these, like you can like do custom EV training, and all Pokemon IVs are like maxed out, so you don't have to do any of the bullshit. And but then always the criticism is like, well, the writing's just like okay, or like Odyssey sticks out because people are like, oh, the writing's actually kind of good. But I hate to break it to y'all, but like, what are we comparing this to? Because I don't know anyone who talks about the writing. Pokemon is a game that has phenomenal character design, nothing else.
Yeah.
So
Seriously.
like the fact that the writing is even decent at all is like, well, that's as good or better than all the Pokemon games. So I've really been enjoying those a lot. Like to put it in perspective, I did like a quest where some like neckbeard guy challenges me and is like all like high and mighty about like, come meet me in the forest if you want an ass kicking, basically. And so I go find him, and you know, he's being kind of like a piece of shit to me. And when I finally approach him, it has a whole little cutscene where like he's like, all right, you ready for your beating? And his Pokemon comes out, and it's a Seedot, and my character's like, a Seedot? And then another Seedot comes out, and you're like, 2 Seedots? And then 4 more Seedots come out, and your character's like, are you kidding me? I figured it would just be a joke that's like, oh, haha. He's like the guy that has 6 Magikarps, but he's pretending to be tough. But the Seedots are like above my level, like drastically above my level for like the point in the game you can find them.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, they're a little above my level, but these are just Seedots. Like, I think I can beat them. So the first Seedot in this double battle uses self-destruct and wipes both of my team. And then I bring out 2 more Pokemon. He kills one of his Seedots. And then I'm like, okay. The second Seedot uses self-destruct. And I'm like, oh no. So now like that whole quest, like, yeah, it's a joke. Because if he self-destructs, like it counts as a loss if both of your Pokemon die at the same time. But also like that is the kind of like a shitlord in the Pokemon universe would use that strategy. And it becomes a puzzle battle, because now I need to go out of my way to find a good rock Pokemon or a ghost Pokemon, which is like asking you to do literally any amount of thinking in a Pokemon game.
That's cool.
That's
though.
amazing.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that's
it's
That's
cool.
all I want out of these Pokemon games. Give me some.
A lot of the ROM
some
hacks
depth
too are
to
just
the-
designed for like, are you an adult who's beaten a Pokemon game? Most of them aren't like explicitly hard, or they let you go way out of your way to dial in exactly how hard you want it.
So I actually kind of want to
that's
build
cool.
onto the Pokemon ROM hack recommendation. I haven't played
Oh.
this one yet, but my girlfriend recommended it. It's Pokemon Quetzal, I think it's pronounced. Quetzal?
Pretzel.
Quetzal. It is a Pokemon ROM hack with online multiplayer. I don't know how that works, but like apparently they're all double battles, so you can play with a friend. Also, there's just a straight up option in the game that like you can switch your player's gender at any time, and one of the options is Pokemon, and you just play as whatever's first in your party. So you can just decide to be creature.
So you can go full
So-
mystery dungeon, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Well, this
And
is
like
cool.
apparently
Yeah.
if you do that and you go into a battle, like instead of showing the trainer like show up and like throw out the Pokeball, it's just you come out as the Pokemon and you start. Like,
Russian. So yeah, that's what I'm saying is if you're finding yourself a little burnt out or frustrated, or like, well, I guess $20 is better than 140. Like, go try something that like some team spent like a legitimate amount of time, like really trying to
Seriously,
make
yeah.
special. So, but my non-gaming recommendation, I actually did want to recommend a furry movie that I think it's overlooked. Have y'all ever seen Rock and Rule?
Sounds familiar.
Rock and Rule owns. It's one of my favorite movies, legitimately. And it does like have extreme
I've seen
furry
screenshots
design.
of it.
Yeah, the movie is like it is a Canadian animated like rock science fiction opera. The music in this movie includes Cheap Trick, Debbie Harry, Lou Reed, Iggy Pop, and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
One of the characters is like unapologetically like just evil David Bowie. It's great.
Can I say that I really appreciate when I Googled this, one of the first results on images was this?
Rocco's
and
Modern
Rule.
Life and Rule.
No, we're not talking about Rocco.
No. They are furry characters because explicitly it is like after World War III, humanity died out, and then all the rats and stuff mutated into like, you know, Homo sapien style creatures with that level of intelligence. But anyways, no, it's just a rad like 80s rock opera that I think like totally gets overlooked and is like actually legitimately really funny, and the animation's pretty good on it. Like, it's one of those movies that like there's no way in hell it did or will ever make its money back, but it's so cool.
It was done for the love of the game.
All
right, I'll check
I'm
it
not
out.
gonna lie, when you started saying rock, I thought you were gonna say rockadoodle.
No.
Yo, okay, Rockadoodle. Okay, I know I said don't watch any Don Bluth Beyond
Yeah.
American Tale 2, but go ahead and watch Rockadoodle. I allow that one. You got permission.
I just unplugged my headphones. I cannot hear
I
it,
will.
so-
I will check out Rock and Rule though. 'Cause
It's
I've
so
never seen
good.
this movie. I've only ever heard about it, seen gifs of it, but I've never actually sat down to see it.
Yeah, I actually haven't watched it either, so I'm definitely going to fix that.
I bet, is it still just on YouTube straight up? I think it might be.
It probably is.
But it's not hard to find. Because it's functionally a dead movie. So anyways, this has been Bray Lords, the podcast that's not a furry, but you can find us on social media at Bray Lords Pod. And if I did this once, I saved it for the very end. If you've made it this far, please help us grow. 5-star ratings and word of mouth is always appreciated. You can find me on social media as Cute Monster Props or on my website, Cute Monster Props. Jorge, where can they find you?
You can find me trying to figure out Cat from Breath of Fire's number. Otherwise, wait, why did I say that? That's weird. I don't even know how old she is. So yeah, you can find me on all the shitty social media websites. I'm sorry I'm always like snarky about that, but I really fucking hate Twitter, and I kind of hate Facebook, and I kind of hate everything.
Well, that's
right now.
great because they can find you at Fangamer Artist Collection /JMV.
Yeah, you can. You can look at me. I am J-Man Velas in all social medias. I am Art of JMV online, and I am in the Fangamer Artist Collection under JMV. There's a tab on the top left side. You can select by collection and then by artist, and you will find me the 3 big letters there. I can't wait people are getting their UFO 50 deluxe editions, and they're finally seeing the reverse cover that I did for it. So I'm very happy about that.
I still need to play UFO 50.
Yo,
so
it's another game.
So good.
God, that was my obsession last year. Holy shit.
And Izzy, where can we find you, and what are you up to?
Okay, so you can either type oceanity.live in your browser, and you'll get sent straight to my Twitch, or you can...
That's Oceanity.
Yep. Or you can find me as Oceanity.live on Blue Sky. Those would be the 2 easiest places to find me. But yeah, I'm getting back into streaming. I kind of went on hiatus with all the moving, but I've been more active about that. I draw sometimes. I program on a thing called Firebot sometimes. I just do all sorts of stuff.
You do kind of everything.
Pretty much.
Yo, you are a real Renaissance woman.
Yeah, like most trans women I meet are just savants at everything. What is?
I think it's a requirement. I don't know. It's weird.
I think you just get bored and you find some new thing. So,
pretty much.
Well, yeah, you can catch Oceanity streaming, playing movement games or Zelda randomizers, or just doing kind of a little bit of everything.
A lot of streams recently have been a Death Note Among Us game, by the way.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I found out it existed it was last month. And then I basically conscripted 10 of my friends to play with me. It's actually pretty fun. I was kind of surprised.
An Among Us style game.
It is a social deduction game called Death Note Killer Within.
Oh my god.
So you get the Death Note, and someone has to figure out who has the Death Note?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you can literally, so your whole thing is you're running into people and stealing their IDs, but after that, you could just kill them from anywhere because you just write their name in and you're done.
Yeah, because you know their name.
Oh, because you have to find out who they are to kill them.
Yes.
That's clever. Okay. Okay.
It is more fun than it has any right to be. I have played it now 3 times, and every time it has been a blast.
That's an actual. I mean, that actually kind of works really well for a werewolf game.
Uh-huh.
Damn, we got some good recommendations this episode.
Oh, this whole time, Light Yagami was playing werewolf. I see how.
I know, basically. Boy, I wish I had a Death Note right now.
Okay,
questions.
Whoa.
In Minecraft. Okay.
Yeah, in a video game. Okay.
Well, questions, comments, and inquiries can go to brainlordspod@gmail.com, and you can find us on YouTube and all other places where podcasts are born. We have been your Brainlords for this evening, reminding you that context beats content every single time.
I'm glad I didn't get struck by lightning today. I'm very happy about that.
I'm glad power persisted.
Yes.
I should end the episode with the loudest speaker blaring, just electric shock.
Stock Halloween thunderclap followed by evil laughter.
Yeah, you gotta turn into the cartoon skeleton.
All right, sure. Whatever you want.
All right, bye-bye. On the next episode of Brainlords. Categorizing games into genres is already a difficult task when you have to describe how something feels, but gamers sure haven't made that any easier. Pearl Jam is a Nirvana-like, Elysian is a Star Wars Trek movie. Next week on Brainlords, we take it upon ourselves to create a better name for some of the most irksome genre titles in Let's Rename Video Game Genres. The Shining is a horror novel. Wait, that one actually works.
Joe.